Runs around Norton, tries to tap it over and does so. Goes through to Oscar Popotny. Inside 50 first for Clarence Grooves. Put that one down. Good hands, Clarence. They come through here on the run. Looking for a goal is Jared Harper. I think he might have kicked it, Jared Harper. The first goal of the day for Clarence. And it was a long way away, Dave, so I hope that's correct. It is Jared Harper.
You got him.
And the ruck started it there in Sam Green. He went after the ball himself. It was clever play through the midfield. Inside 50 goal. Clarence are on the board, Dave.
And Peter Ryan, the new coach at Clarence, did say pre-season or before last week's game he wanted to play a free-flowing attacking sort of game. We saw it there.
And my word. So one inside 50 for one goal. And Clarence going towards Invermay Park end. If there is a breeze, he's probably going against it there. Little windsock sort of just pushing against them over towards the scoreboard side of the ground. But a terrific day here.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131161. Back in the middle, Lee wins the tap out. Norton sharks it. Gets it only as far as Simpson inside out. Kick towards half forward. On the bounce, North Launceston an opportunity. Player tackled there to the ground was Will Gibson. Now a kick inside 50, first opportunity. Bennett bowls somebody over. No free kick. By hand now back to Norton. He's had a lot of it early. Lays back a little kick. Up here looking for James Holmes. He can't take it with him. Back to attacking 50 for North Launceston. Backs to Norton again. Shovels it out to Jack Preshaw. Chain of handballs. Ends up back here with Wiley. Risky kick from Wiley. Straight into the lap of North Launceston. They've got a feeling that's number 4 there, Harry Bales. Impressive start last season to his TSL career. And he's marked 35 out directly in front. Risky kick there by Keegan Wiley.
Yeah, it was. I'm just going to watch it on the replay here on the stream, just a fraction behind us on the live call. But they just tried to get it out, fumbled. Simpson it was that butted it up and went back inside, but just under pressure and just not a great decision and execution, I think, there.
Harry Bales on the left, sets it up. And he misses to the left. Sorry, Maggot?
Yeah, look, it wasn't on. It was a bad decision and bad execution. He had 2 Clarence players, but Bales did well, but he's missed that one, Foz.
So an entertaining, free-flowing start in the first couple of minutes.
We're bringing you the scores from all around the state today. We've got the Demons and the Magpies down south, as well as the Tigers and Launceston in what will probably be a real top-of-the-ladder clash. And also the Women's AFLW final, Foz. I'll bring you that score in a moment. Actually, I'll bring it to you now.
Yep.
It's just into the last quarter there, and it's the Adelaide Crows at home. They're 9 points in front of the Demons, who have kicked the last 2.
Okay, and also AFL this afternoon, Sydney versus North Melbourne from the SCG. Boundary throw-in. Umpires today, Bannister, Geeson and McEntee. The central umpires, Lee wins a tap in towards Norton. He might have been helped without it. Shoveled through. Simpson's got it. Norton sharks it now. Kick straight away. Towards left half forward. Ollie Preshaw's there. Does pretty well in the contest. Kicking there straight away towards full forward is Jacques Barwick. Runners required. James Home, or he gets a bad bounce. Taken by Cox Goodger at half back. He's tackled immediately. And another North Launceston player tackled. Has to release the ball to Nan Curvis. He's tackled by Garland. Great tackling in their forward 50 there by the Roos.
Yeah, good pressure. Declan Chugg's one that's made a move this year to the back line, Foz.
Yep.
Saw him play half forward last year, came into the senior side, kick goals. Talking to him during the week, he said he's got a new role in that sort of half back line. A terrific runner is Declan Chugg. Alex Lee looks for that man in Simpson again. Easy to spot him with the helmet. Over the top to Stingle. Quick hands. North Launceston under pressure early from an attacking Clarence. That was holding the man. It's going to be a free kick. North Launceston to Kobe Evans. So Kobe Evans just inside defensive 50. He looks to switch. It's got to be a good kick, and it is. Right over to the other side of the ground. That's Bales. We saw him have a shot before, missed it. This time he hits the target in Fletcher Bennett. Saw him miss a bit of footy last year, Foz. Could have seen him back across half back. Bennett goes back to that debutant in Kobe Evans. He's turned the ball over. The Clarence supporters are here today, as they always are, aren't they? The faithful, they travel. The Clarence Roos, umpire Bannister, one of the veterans. He's going to ball the ball up on the railway wing side of the ground. So Clarence kicked the first. 4.5 minutes gone. Alex Lee will count his hit-outs today, Grooves. I reckon he's going to get plenty. Off half back here, Clarence going the wrong way, but they're going to get it through Baxter Norton. By handball, they go again. Borspoon off half back, looking up there and finding was Keegan Wiley, but it's going to be cut off. A good mark there by Harry Bales again. I think it is Foz, the former Scotch Oakburn student. Left foot, pinpoint, finds his Scotch Oakburn teammate in Simpson, but he's caught from behind. Picked his pocket. Clarence on the rebound. Oh, it's a turnover, not good. defensive mark, North Launceston half back.
So North Launceston to relieve. Sideways kick. Kicked out of half back. Chance here for Clarence. Picked up there by Dominic Hay, the boy from Ulverston. Here it is now with Will Harper. He coughs it up. Oh, poor kick there from Jacques Barwick. Kicked it straight out of bounds on the floor. As Macca opens a soft drink there.
So all those boys, Harper, Simpson and Bales, are all Scotch Oakburn boys. Yeah, it was a soft drink just for our listeners.
And groups
early sponsorship plug in maybe.
Early inside 50s.
3 to Clarence, 2 to North Launceston.
Dominic Hay goes sideways to Kerr. He marks at fullback, puts himself under pressure, coughs it up. Marked by Holmes, 25 out, slight angle. Jacob Kerr there, he tried to pinpoint a teammate who was only about, as I said, 25 metres out from goal, and the kick went astray. James Holmes, who started his career at Clarence in defence, playing forward, and really should capitalise now on that error from the Northern Bombers.
Was he the Holmes that won the medal one year?
Yep.
Foz, the Richardson medal for the young player in the league?
James Holmes for goal. Umpire works to the left. Wow, left to his right. So one behind. So 1-1-7 Clarence. North Launceston one behind 1 point. I see recall him taking a lovely mark one day at Windsor Park when we were calling a game.
Had the longer locks back then, I think.
That's right. Simpson goes out towards Bales. Doesn't hit him up with the kick, and it spills out of bounds. Will he score anywhere, Macca?
North Hobart kicked the first down at North Hobart. So they're 1 goal to Glenorchy, 1 point.
Keep you up to date today. You had all 3 games, which I've got a feeling they all may be close today. Let's hope so.
Just backing up my statement. Yeah, 2017 Matthew Richardson medalist, yep. James Holmes.
So boundary throw in. Railway wing, slightly the attacking side for Clarence. Fall short, taken by Lee. Gets it to Simpson, who tries to get it to Stingle. Now it's with Baxter Norton. Handball's a teammate, a little bit hot. Still a chance here for Norton. Gets it back to Borsboom. By hand now, they work it out to Paprotny, who kicks inside 50. North Lonnie player there, fumbles the mark. Laying on top of it is Jack Tremaine. But it's going to be a ball up. 25 out.
Launceston 2-1-13, lead the Tigers 1 goal straight, 7-minute mark down there at the Twin Ovals.
Okay, so 3 goals there in 7 minutes. Up it goes. Taken here by Stingle. He's tackled. Garland's got it. He's surrounded. Coughs the ball up. Holding the ball, says the umpire. And North Launceston will take a relieving free kick. I think it might be Nankervis, or is it Kerr? It's Kerr.
Yep, Kerr on the left. Goes right back to the defensive square. Coming through the middle here now finds Stingle. Looked to go on the left, and umpire's got into play on. He's in trouble. Norton, good tackle. So he took 1 step, tried to come back on the left, did Stingle. And Baxter Norton was all over him. And the umpires pinged him. And Baxter Norton's going to take the kick. Probably about 35, 40 metres out for Clarence.
I reckon he's had half a dozen possessions in the first 8 minutes, Macca.
He's a very good player. I know that when Clarence play, or when it was North Hobart, when he played there, I know Mitchell Thorpe, as the coach of Launceston, always put someone on Baxter Norton. Very good user of the football. Let's see what he can do here now on the left foot. He crosses the 50. Little step. Lays back. It looks pretty good. Second goal to Clarence. Baxter Norton goes bang. And they're 2-1-13. Great pressure up forward from the Clarence Roos. North Launceston 1 behind and haven't really had a look at the moment.
And pre-season, Mac, there was a lot of talk about the players that Clarence lost, and that's to be acknowledged. But they did win the D-League last year, and a lot of those D-League players have now made that next step into senior footy, and it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, look, always had a good junior program, Clarence drawing there. Just failed to attract a real key recruit this year, and we should mention also one of those recruits from last year, Mitch Rainbird, is actually out of today's side, and also Brendan Hay. So Mitch Rainbird, a big loss, but a really good start for the Clarence Roos.
Jonty Doran and Liam Howard are the 2 replacement players there coming into the team today for Clarence. Up it goes, and Lee wins a convincing tap, but once again the Clarence on balls are sharking it. Taken here now by Jack Preshaw. Gets across to Harper. Harper gets it to half forward to Borsboom, who's been amongst the goals last week. Telegraphs the handball, but gets it back to Paprotny. His kick's astray, and it's marked inside defensive 50. The Northern Bombers, and that's Declan Chugg, as Macca said, playing in defence. He goes short, not a great kick. Turnover. And the Roos can launch another attack. That's Paprotny, who's had a few possessions in this first quarter. Up towards Garland. Good spoil from behind by Nan Curvis. Garland though on the follow-up. Kicks it high. Hot spot. Can anyone take a mark? Yes, they can. North Launceston can. That's a strong mark there to Harvey Griffiths, the ex-Launceston player. He will leave the pressure for the Blues.
Harvey Griffiths, down at the Invermay Park end, looks to go forward. Tries to hit up his teammate there, can't find him. That was Dominic Hay, under pressure now on the 50. They go and they circle. Harvey Griffiths, right on the 50. Umpire says holding the footy, and they're going to get out of trouble here through Declan Chugg. So Chugg, just inside defensive 50, looks left, looks right, looks left again. Comes out to the right now. Centre tries to go into that centre corridor. Can't find good cut off from Clarence. It's going to be a ball up. Now it's going to come out the side here. Well done through Will Gibson. Here now Harper. So Harper inside 50. That's the North Launceston version of Harper. That's Will Harper. But it only goes as far as Clarence. They repel through Harry Fisher. And comes out here now, and they settle things down through Oscar Paprotny. So Paprotny, been good. Comes backwards. James Beerley. He's got further on Keegan Wiley. So Keegan Wiley, they haven't gone far. They're still in defensive 50. He now plays and goes up the line. It's going to be cut off here. Sulzberger should get it. And does Blade Sulzberger. We look to Wheel on the left. Hasn't got much on. They've all pushed up. North Launceston. They've got a couple short down there now. Clarence defenders will set and look to punch. It goes over the back. After the ball there now is Theo Ives. He's set upon it, goes towards the boundary line. Oh, he's jumped on an umpire. That's holding the football. Has to be. He was right there. He was right there. Did not look to get rid of it, did the youngster in Will Gibson. And it comes now through the Clarence player in Luke Swinton. So Swinton, over the side now, Sam Green. Got the mark there, Borsboom. Inside now, Keegan Ryan. They move the ball well to Clarence on the centre wing.
Taken, handball away. Harry Fisher, little short kick. Can't find a teammate. Declan Chugg's in there. And looking like he paid the mark there, I think. One of his bootlaces. So Declan Chugg, he's had a few possessions. Goes backwards inside defensive 50 to Kerr. This is where they've got to be solid with their possessions. They are on this occasion. Nan Curvis. He hasn't outlet there in Potter. He goes there now by hand. Not a great handball by Nan Curvis. That's going to spill out of bounds. And his skill level at the moment, North Launceston Macra, is just not quite on, is it?
No, both sides really. They're trying to go around and switch the ball out of their respective backlines. But to be able to do that, you really need to have good skills. Both teams are just turning it over with their young backlines at the moment.
Quick one from the Twin Ovals, Macca.
The Twin Ovals, the Tigers look as though they've just kicked one, Foz. I'm just waiting for the sponsor to come down over the top.
We'll get another look at that in a second as it's back underway. Taken there by Howlett.
14 points, Launceston.
14 points.
2 goals to 4-2.
Okay, so high scoring first quarter there. Stingle now has the free kick. Lovely kick this time. So mark at half back by Bales. Bales goes wider. Has a teammate over there in Hunter Farrelly. First involvement. His handball's not great. Will come off all right though. Using their pace here, the young players. North Launceston inside 50. And almost a mark there to Harper. It spills to the Clarence defence. 1-2 with handball. They need to work it out here. Oh, was that a high tackle? It was.
Inside 50s for Dave Gruber.
7 Clarence, 5 for North Launceston.
James Holmes has the high tackle free kick. It's a short kick forward now. And a few of the boys in long sleeves today for Clarence. Here's Jared Harper now. Kick the first goal. He looks for Baxter Norton. Takes it. Beautiful kick from Harper. Norton kept on running. Tries to get it to Garland. Can't take the mark. It's outside of attacking 50 now. Jacob Kerr gets a nice little tap on to Will Harper. Will Harper looking for Mitch Nicholas. First grab, can't take it. James Holmes. He finds Keegan Wiley with a little kick on defensive 50. Big switches on here. But Wiley gets caught with the ball, put himself under pressure. Chance for North Launceston. Luke Swinton, though, gets the handball away. They'll clear it now here through Dylan Howland. Gets it to one of the inclusions, Liam Howard. And Liam Howard finds Sam Green.
Sam Green up the line, or dropping a mark he should have taken was Trent Hope. Comes back now through Stingle. Squares it up to Sulzberger, the 2 left footers. He's going to take advantage of the stand. Here's Cox Goodger, another one. Is he looking up to load that cannon up? He's inside the centre square and he goes long and finds Mitchy Nicholas. Second game of Mitchy Nicholas. He'll square it up now and find Will Harper. So a really good use of the footy. The old umbrella kicking, as we say, the left footer to left footer. And it was Cox Goodger, who's playing sort of midfield defensive, comes straight through. Found Mitchie Nicholas, who was smart then to square it up to Will Harper. So Will Harper, 3 goals in the first round. He's a former Scotch Oakburn boy, played Tassie Devils footy, Foz.
Got a long run up.
Good to see him back at this level. He was a talent in those Devils days. Terrific schoolboy footballer, won 2 state finals off his own boot for Scotch Oakburn. Harper, wouldn't say he looked confident on the run up. Eases back and kicks it. Good work, Will Harper. He stuttered a little bit, he got close to the man on the mark, but he kicks North Launceston's first, and they're 1-1-7, Clarence 2-1-13.
Yeah, interesting technique there, Mac. He went back a long way. Slow, deliberate approach. Got close to the man on the mark, but hey, it's gone through. That's all that matters.
No, those state finals for Scotch Oakburn. 8 and 6. I think he kicked 8 one day and 6 another against Hutchins at Hutchins, and terrific schoolboy footballer.
Yep.
Really strongly built.
And nice work there from Mitch Nicholas too. He had the presence of mind not to go back for the shot. He saw the free options there, 30 out. It looks like Sam Green might be coming off the blood rule here, so they'll have to find a stand-in ruck. Looks like Ollie Preshaw's coming forward.
Looks like with only 25 seconds left, it'll be the Adelaide Crows. They're up by 7 points in the AFLW Grand Final, Foz.
Okay.
Another premiership for those. Yep, 4-5-29 Adelaide to Melbourne 2-4-16.
We're playing 16 and a half minutes. It's Clarence 2-1-13, North Launceston at 1-1-7. So Clarence lead by 6 points.
3 goals to the Tigers now, so they've kicked back. Launceston 4-3.
Holmes from the centre clearance. Kicks it towards half forward. That's Kieran Howlett out there, the number 9. He can't pick it up. Coming in is Bales. His handball goes over the top to Jacob Kerr. Tries to get over to Salisbury. He overruns it. Backs to Norton. Keegan Ryan now takes it towards half forward. That's a beautiful kick. And presenting there on the lead, I think that's Jacques Barwick. It is. What a beautiful footy that was.
Yeah,
good foot skills.
Lots of space, wasn't it?
Open forward line. It was just Barwick and Garland inside attacking 50, so a choice of 2 there. The turnover there on the wing was costly. They lead by 6 points. Jacques Barwick tries to get some extra distance on the right foot. And it's just off to the right. So an opportunity missed there. 2-2-14 Clarence. They lead North Launceston 1-1-7. So it's Brad Cox Goodger there, I think. Let's get the glasses up. Yep, he's doing the kick-outs. Nobody better in the business. He goes long. He'll clear defensive 50 up to the wing. Great kick. Might come off here as Bales is running after the ball. In fact, it's not. It's Theo Ives. He's tackled by Clarence opponent. Ball up on the wing.
Another Scotch Oakburn boy, Theo Ives. They've got a real flavour there at the moment.
Clarence have set up well, haven't they, across the middle, Macca? It's been really difficult for North Launceston to escape their defensive 50.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Tom Bennett yet even be a target, have we? So
inside 50s again, groups there.
We've got 9 for Clarence up to now and 6 for North Launceston.
And Mark's inside 50.
3 to North Launceston, 2 to Clarence. Clearance is very even, 5 to Clarence, 4 to North Launceston.
Okay, so there we are. All those stats coming to us during the day, thanks to Dave Gruber. Boundary throw in, railway wing. And just while Sam Green's off the ground, we've got Ollie Preshaw doing the ruck work. Does okay, gets it to Tremaine. Back to Ollie Preshaw. Lays back on a long kick inside 50. Jacques Barwick pushed his opponent out, I reckon. And that'll be a free kick to North Launceston.
Saw Tom Hawkins get away with them last night.
He did indeed.
Hello to all our Geelong supporters.
Relieving free kick will be from Potter at half-back for North Launceston.
Potter, half-back. Sort of a stage in the play here, just about to tick over 20 minutes. Goes to the wing. Oh, it's a good mark, Clarence. Taking that mark over on the other side there, Foz, is it Riley? Oh, it is over there, but it was a good mark. Find that one in front. Keegan Ryan?
Yep.
Keegan Ryan, excellent mark. Oh, good mark in the forward pocket there for Clarence is Colin Garland. No, free kick again. So I thought he got the ball on the right side there, Garland, but he must have given something on the umpire side. And it's going to be a free kick North Launceston through Bennett. So Bennett, he might have Garland at the moment, Bennett, Foz. So a big match up for Fletcher Bennett. Ball goes outside 50. No, we'll swap over.
Yep.
So a little crossover. Nankervis goes back onto him. The human glove he is, Nankervis. Officially, Adelaide Crows have won the AFLW. Well done to those. Ball's on the 50 here. Clarence, a little bit of a scrappy play. They look to move the ball forward. Stingle in there for North Launceston. Can't get the ball out. Clarence have done well in this opening quarter. They lead by 7 points. They look now to go back out to go forwards. By hand, they link up. Inside 50 again for Dave Gruber, but that one's going to be cut off. It's going to be cut off well by Bennett. So Bennett, now he sees some clean air. He goes to Kerr, drops a mark on his chest. Good enough to recover. Here's Cox-Goodger. He dances around them like he's 18 years old. Does Bradley Cox-Goodger. He links with Mitchy Nicholas. Over the top, Tom Bennett's on. He goes now. No, he doesn't. He looked to go. He probably should have gone first time because now it puts Bennett under pressure. It's going to come through here, North Launceston. Hunter Farrelly. Back to Bennett on the left. It's smothered by Clarence and the ball goes out of bounds. Nicholas probably just need to go a fraction earlier, back himself in. But Bradley Cox-Goodger did a little backward step there, Foz in the middle of the ground, wound the clock right back, did he?
He was fantastic towards the end of last week's game too in that last couple of minutes against Lauderdale. Won the game for them. Just his coolness under pressure. Now we've got a sling tackle here.
Yeah, Alex Lee found Simpson. He's been put into the turf. Dumping tackle, the umpire said. So Simpson, 55 metres out from goal, going towards the city end. North Launceston into attack. Looks for Bennett one. Can't get a second bite of the cherry. He goes well on the ground there. Here's Nicholas, left foot. Is he going to dance around them? He goes by hand. Back to Farrelly. Back again here now to Sulzberger on the left, but it's all Clarence. 4 of them in the defensive square, and now they're going to go.
They clear from half back. Little kick comes forward to Trent Hope. He goes sideways now to Harper, the skipper. He marks it left half back. So there's 4 roos just planted in the goal square. They're waiting for that kick. Short kick comes forward. Norton gets it to Bealey. James Bealey. Defensive side of the wing. Crowded outlook ahead. Goes close to the line here towards Garland. Up against Nankervis, who's probably had the better of that duel. Spills it back to Potter. Handball to Cox-Goodger, who's under pressure from Hope. Somehow gets it to Simpson. Nicely weighted kick. And North Launceston here through Kobe Evans, the debutant. Marking on the wing. Kobe's the call. Goes close to the line, and that's a poor kick there from Kobe Evans, out of bounds on the full. So chance here for Harry Fisher. He's got the big job today on Tom Bennett, the youngster. It's about the switch. He's got a line of players here at half-back. Sails off. Then he goes to the 45 kick, which is a good one. Finds James Bealey. Bealey handballs now back to Fisher. Fisher takes his time, gets it to Norton under pressure. Kicks backwards. Chance here now for the player included today, Liam Howard. He gets it to Luke Swinton, who won the medal in the D-League Grand Final last year. Gets that at the top to Borsboom. 45 kick and finds Doran. Another late inclusion. Done well there, Clarence. A lot of possession footy. Now with Borsboom. Good cricketer too is Borsboom. Kicks towards half forward. But it's chopped off there by Fletcher Bennett, who's had quite a few involvements there in the defensive half.
Well, both half-backs are dominating at the moment because they just keep kicking the ball to the opposition to the forward thrust. So let's see what can happen this time. Up in front there, North Launceston was Theo Eyes, but it comes down. Terrible handball turnover. This could be dangerous. Now it's a good tackle. It's holding the footy. Well done, Clarence. Oh, they've turned it over. Back to Bennett. So Fletcher Bennett's been intercept marks, but he hasn't really had them contested. They just keep kicking him the footy. He squares up there, coming inside now and finding Bales. Been lively in the first quarter. So Harry Bales, off half back, slowing things down, about to tick over 24 minutes. Left foot, goes towards the railway wing side of the ground. It's 1 on 2. Up there is Farrelly. He was impressive on debut, Foz Farrelly.
Yep.
Kicking 3 and 1 last week.
16-year-old from the Prospect Hawks.
So it's going to be a boundary throw in as we look over towards the railway wing side of the ground. For those who haven't been here for a while, the skyline's changing. The UTAS have moved in and they're putting up some magnificent buildings over there, and it's really changing that view out to the mountains. There's so much construction going on around this precinct. Not much going on here with the ball though at the moment. And it's going to be tucked in. The umpire circles Ben Bannister and says, give it to me.
Tigers in front, Macca?
Yeah, Tigers 31, lead Launceston 28, and North Hobart are going to be 4 goals in front now, 25-3. And we'll keep you those scores up to date all the time. Lee gets it from the ruck, hit out inside 50. Who can take it? No one can take it. It's punched out of bounds by the defender there in Liam Howard. What's the Clarence boys wearing the long sleeves today, Foz?
Not great for commentators.
Not great.
Usually
nice
it's the
if it was one or two.
Yeah, one or two you need because they...
One or two, but when it becomes 4 or 5, it's a little bit hard. One of the great long sleeve wearers for Clarence, Foz, I saw him as I walked in the ground today, Gavin Cooney.
Oh, yes.
Was there a greater antagonist in 1990s TSL footy than Gavin Cooney? Multiple premierships. Looking for the free kick there was Salisbury, can't get it. Over the top, will the mark be paid?
Yep.
Tries to bring it down. Umpire says play or not, 15. Umpire calls, give it to me. The player didn't hear it. Yeah, Gavin Cooney. Remember growing up, God, he used to give it to the crowds down there, especially North Launceston. There's the quarter time siren. Clarence, they've done well here. They're 2-2-14. They lead North Launceston 1-1-7. The quarter went over, just over 25 minutes. The goal kickers for North Launceston, it was Will Harper. And for Clarence, it was Baxter Norton, a terrific goal first up from Jared Harper. So 2-1.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting first quarter. It was, looked like going to be a high-scoring game early with the 3 goals were kicked quite rapidly. We had the first goal from Harper in the first minute or two, quickly followed up then by Baxter Norton. And there wasn't any goals kicked after the 15-minute mark, so it was a bit of a dour struggle there, Mac. A lot of turnovers.
Yeah, what were the inside 50s for Dave Gruber there?
Yeah,
I'll go through the whole stats, Scrooge, while you're there.
Yeah, okay. It's suggested Lee was going to get a fair bit of it in the ruck, and he has. He's got 10 hit-outs to 5. But, yeah, Clarence in front there, 7 for the term to North Launceston's 5. And inside 50, so Clarence had it inside 15 times, and North 8. Marks inside 53 to North, 2 to Clarence, and free kicks were North 8, Clarence 6.
I feel like Clarence have had the better of the quarter, Mac, but they're only 7 points up.
15 inside 50s for really only, 2 goals, 2. And I reckon of those 15, I think we mentioned it, Fletcher Bennett's probably taken 4 intercept marks that weren't really contested. They just landed on his chest.
And they've been a bit Garland-focused at times. I mean, Corey Nankervis has spoiled him from behind quite a few times.
Yeah, look, I'd like to see maybe run the footy a little bit more. I think they've shown that they can link up Clarence through hands and through the likes of Baxter Norton, Borsboom and that through there. And look, if they can link up and maybe, bang a few from 40 rather than going long and being predictable, then I think they're a real chance. North Launceston, on the other hand, a little bit the same at the other end. They're looking for Bennett. They can't quite find him. Clarence have been getting numbers back in front. And look, they've looked okay, North Launceston, especially when they get the hands in the ball in the hands of like Simpson and Cox Goodger. But look, a really good contest at the moment.
Absolutely. It's 1-1-7 North Launceston trailing Clarence 2-2-14. We're back here in a moment on City Park Radio.
When it comes to your home or your local business, L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Whether it's cooking, hot water or heating, L-Gas has got you covered. For $80 in LPG account credits, visit the website lgas.com.au, download the L-Gas app or give us a call on 131 161. L-Gas. Local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
City Park Radio relies on its members, volunteers and local business to maintain the programs you enjoy. And you can support them and the wide variety of programs by making a donation to the station. It's so easy for you to donate. Just head to our website, cityparkradio.com, on your PC or smart device and click the donate button. Anything over $2 is tax deductible and you'll receive your receipt immediately by email. Donate now to City Park Radio.
Have you considered how much your property is worth?
Or have you thought about selling or just getting a current market valuation? My name is Yvonne.
And my name is Neil. Together we are Team Hawkins at Harcourts Launceston.
Working under the Harcourts banner collectively for over 25 years, we have the experience, training and knowledge to help you get the results you were looking for.
Call us for a free appraisal today and ask to speak with Team Hawkins. Team Hawkins, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by L-Gas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. L-Gas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to City Park Radio's coverage of TSL footy. We're here at UTAS Stadium and North Launceston 1-1-7. The home team trail Clarence 2-2-14 at quarter time. Let's go around the grounds in the TSL. Matthew McGee.
Yeah, around the grounds down at North Hobart Oval, it's North Hobart 25, lead Glenorchy 10. And down at Kingborough, it's a really good game down there. Lots of goals. The quarter's gone nearly 30 minutes. It's Launceston 5-4-34, 2 goals to Jackson Thurlow. and the Tigers are 5-1-31, all single goal kickers for them.
Okay, so some pretty interesting contests around the north of Tasmania and down the south as well. These are the two teams now have been in their respective smaller groups. Now they get back together for the final address. And Peter Ryan down there, new coach this year, Macca, and it's been a bit difficult for him, losing a number of players, but he's a well-credentialed coach. Peter Ryan, he used to play, I think, with Glenorchy back in the day, and he's come down from Queensland to take over the reins. Yeah,
well, look, as I mentioned before we went to the break, he'd be fairly happy with that quarter, I reckon. It's just the connection with their forwards that can be improved. They're holding their own in the midfield, and they go that sort of chip control game. And their skills look okay, apart from that last kick inside 50. And to be honest, North Launceston nearly a replica. Exactly the same. Lee's getting his hands on the footy, but Clarence have pressured them pretty well. So Bradley Coxgood will be looking for their forwards to be more connected with their midfielders as well, I'd imagine.
Interesting battle in the ruck there. Young Sam Green's an athletic type, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, look, he did well, especially that first goal he was involved in. He got the first hit out. He butted it up and went long inside 50 that created the first goal to Jared Harper. So, look, it's going to be a really good contest. I think this quarter, hopefully, it'll be whoever can connect with those forwards that's going to win this game. But both sides not a lot of height, so you can't see anyone really, taking the game by the scruff of the neck unless it's a Colin Garland at one end and a Tom Bennett at the other. Apart from that, there's not much else in the secondary stakes. There is a sort of second tall, third tall. I've liked the game so far from North Launceston. Fletcher Bennett, I mentioned before. Declan Chug off half back has been getting in the way a couple of times. Stingle gets the footy now. I just want to see him run and go. That's his game. He was able to do it off half back last year. Can he do it in the midfield this year?
Harry Bale's an interesting one. He
was going to be my next one. Yeah, strong player. He's second year of senior football now. He's taking a lot of marks off half back and then looks to push forward. So for Clarence, we mentioned Baxter Norton, probably the leading possession getter on the field. Jared Harper with a nice goal. Proprotny's done a couple of things. Jarks Barwicks looks dangerous up forward. And someone even like Harry Fisher.
He's been good on Bennett so far.
Yeah, he's been quite good as well. So, look, it's going to be interesting this quarter.
Okay, so we better get down to our boundary riders as the players are taking up their positions. And we've got Tony first.
G'day. Yeah, look, Brad said they lacked a little bit of composure coming out of the back line. Just take a fraction more time to look for it. He says they were comprehensively outplayed, but only 7 points down. A little bit more pressure on the handball. He says the Clarence are throwing around a fair bit. If they apply a little bit more pressure than what they've been doing, they should be able to get a few intercepts and get the game back on their terms. But basically, totally outplayed in their view, but not out of it.
And Chris from the Clarence boys.
Yeah, Clarence coach mentioned to favour the Invermay wing, which is interesting. I said pre-match that there's no wind along this wing here. But he was quite happy, the Clarence coach. So it was certainly a battle of the half-back lines, isn't it?
Certainly is, Chris. And we'll be interested to see how it all pans out in the second quarter. Thanks, boys. We'll get back to you at half-time or before if something happens out on the ground. So players are taking up their positions. Our broadcast today is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131161. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport.
So Green and Lee go battle again. Lee's unopposed. He finds Simpson. He's tackled well by Norton. So Clarence, they lead by 7 points. We mentioned there before Tony did that North Launceston weren't that happy. They thought they were outplayed, but they're definitely still in the game. Lee, that one's won by Green. Lee gets the second one, volleyball style. Sulzberger over to Simpson, forward. Good defensive effort. Clarence there through Keegan Wiley. Are they going to repel? They do. By hand. They're under pressure. He goes back and forward does Proprotny. Mitchie Nicholas. Good defensive pressure. He tucks it in. Umpire says good to me right on the 50 in front of the scoreboard here. North Launceston going to the Invermay Park end of the ground. Beautiful day. Very little breeze, no excuses, just lots of pressure on the footy. Lee gets rid of his opponent, finds Simpson again. We're going to call that one a bit today, aren't we? Alex Lee to Simpson. He's the first one to get his hands on the footy. Put some marks here. Simpson and Chug and Gibson and Ahern. Some great North Launceston names of the 90s. All those father-sons coming back to play for the club of their fathers. And it's great to see. That's another mark by Fletcher Bennett in the centre of the ground. Looks up, finds his teammate there in the centre. Give me a help, Fozzle.
Is it Gibson?
It is. One of those players, left foot up. Will Gibson. Inside 50, there's 3 Clarence up and they take the mark. Excellent mark in defence to Clarence. Half back line. So Clarence They look to come railway wing side of the ground. That was a great mark there from Keegan Wiley. Wiley finds Norton, left footers, up, good mark. Really good mark.
Ollie Preshaw takes it on the wing. Short kick here looking for Paprotny, handing over Bales, still gets to Paprotny. Oh, he has a second thought, drops the ball, twists, turns, eventually gets a kick towards half forward. Chance here, take towards Keegan Ryan. Harper has to get around an opponent there in Salzburger. Centres the ball here, looking for Howlett. Nice thump away by Stingle. It's now a chase for the ball between Jacques Barwick and Declan Chugg. Jacques Barwick tries to pick it up, he does. He's tackled by Chugg. Great one-on-one contest, that's what we like to see. And young Declan Chugg, we know he's got courage. He got flattened out here last year in a game. I think he was out for a few weeks with concussion. He's a brave player. He laid the tackle there on Jacques Barwick. 45 out. Roos in attack. Lee wins the tap. Close to the boundary. Who's that taking the ball? To Howlett. That's Kieran Howlett. Gets the handball away. And it's going to be a ball up. 55 out. So no score since quarter time. Margin still 7 points. I'm Dave Moore with Matthew McGee and Dave Gruber in the commentary box. Tony Webb and Chris Sayer on the boundary. Taken by Salzburger. Great tackle, Keegan Ryan. No prize, says the umpire. Geeson. So we've got Nathan Geeson, Ben Bannister and Tom McAtee in charge of today's game. Up it goes, Lee against Keegan Ryan. Lee wins it easy. Simpson kicks straight away, gets good purchase. Attacking side of the wing, Mitch Nicholas is there. He's met in a tackle. Can't get the kick away, does now. Not penalised. Trent Hope picks it up. Heavily disguised as James Bealey. He gives the ball up. So it'll be a ball at left half forward here for North Launceston. Lee and Sam Green. Lee unopposed again. He thumps it straight to a Clarence opponent. Kicks towards the wing, over the back. Jacques Barwick can't take it. Declan Chugg gets a good battle at the moment. Chugg gets the handball to Bennett. Gets himself into trouble. Coughs it up to Ollie Preshaw. Trent Hope now, short kick. Inside 50. Garland, can he get it to Holmes? No, he can't. Well done, Corey Nankervis. Got a hand in. Back now to Karen Howlett. He might have had Pryor there. He somehow gets it out. Trent Hope, this way, that away. Gets it back to Harper. Oh, there's a handball was on there from Harper. He didn't give it. Now he gives it to Hope. Weaving through traffic is Keegan Wiley. Pumps it inside 50 to Garland, who takes the mark. 30 out, slight angle. Hard work, Macca.
It was hard work, and it was a fortunate kick in the end, but he kicked it to that open side of the ground, and the big fella there in Garland, the veteran, he was just on the correct side, and it just fell in his arms on the lead. And Curvis couldn't really do much because the kick was a bit of a wobbler.
Big kick this one is to extend the lead here at UTAS Stadium. Colin Garland keeps it low and kicks the goal. That's 3 goals now to Clarence, 3-2-20. They lead North Launceston 1-1-7. Danger signs for the Bombers.
Yeah, look, it is. They just, as I think they mentioned, that Clarence are throwing the ball around with their hands. Not literally, but they are. They're just handballing, don't want to give it back. And on that occasion, the kick was fortunate and landed in the arms of Colin Garland, and he kicks their first of the quarter. And they go on to 3-2-20. Leading North Launceston 1-1-7. Outstanding quarter down in the first quarter down at Kingston, Foz. It was 7 goals to 5. 2 goals to Jackson Thurlow. It's Launceston at 7-6-48. Lead the Tigers 5-1-31. Went well over 30 minutes that quarter.
Wow, amazing there, the scoreline. 12 goals kicked in that quarter. Back in the middle, Lee gets the handball away. Player tackle, penalised. That was Michael Stingle. He gets up gingerly. Backs to Norton, takes off, and Stingle in trouble. Keep an eye on that. Norton up towards Garland, one hand to it. Spills to Barwick. He can't take possession. And Curvis is in there. Players pile on. Ball up.
Yeah, just a little stinger for Stingle, I think. Oh,
no,
he's coming off now. Oh, no. He's making a decision. He's trying to run it off.
Yep. Might have been just a knock, maybe. He's moving better as he keeps going, but he's still skipping a little bit. Coming through there was Karen Howlett. Couldn't take possession. Another tackle laid there by James Bealey.
North Hobart 37, League Glenorchy 10. It's still quarter time at the Twin Ovals.
So Garland Lee wins a tap. Nicely to Simpson. Torpedoes it out of defensive 50 towards the wing. Bennett up the ground, but a mark taken in front by Sam Green. It's a bit of the Benny Brown about Sam Green, I've got to say, as he kicks now inside attacking 50. Harper will fly from the back. Oh, almost landed on the chest there of Potter. He couldn't take it with him. Little handball away there by Harvey Griffiths. They're working overtime. Stingle releases it out here nicely towards the number 40 in Dominic Hay. Boy from Ulverston kicks him into the ground, but once again, here they are, setting up a wall, Clarence, and Fisher takes the mark.
Fisher off half-back on Black Foz. Fisher looks now to just to square it up. He looked to go long, wasn't anything on, so now he squares up to Keegan Wiley. Keegan Wiley just backwards of centre wing. He's going to go back again, so they're being patient of the Clarence Roos. Trying to frustrate North Launceston. Clarence go through Harry Fisher. Back on the other side now to Beerley. Inside now, they're going to find Clarence player in Lockie Borspoon. Borspoon looked to go by hands. Mitch Nicholas stands the mark. Following the umpire's instructions, Borspoon to the true centre half forward position. Harper goes up, good punch, Alex Lee. Now they're going to go North Launceston. Through the number 40 there in Dominic Hay. He takes a bounce. He could have gone again. Over the top, it's going to be Mitchie Nicholas. So Mitchie Nicholas, 35-40 out, probably beyond him. He'll go back. He'll have a look.
Love the dash there of Dominic Hay.
He's going to go inside. He's Tom Bennett on the lead. He get it. Squares it up to Tom Bennett. No further in, but he's definitely a longer kick than Mitch Nicholas. He's going to kick from just inside 50 when he gets a shot. So Tom Bennett, 7 goals in 2 games. None today yet. 40 metres out. The man on the mark there. So 3-2-20 Clarence, North Launceston 1-1-7. They need this one to do the Northern Bombers. Dressed in their yellow today. Usually their alternate strip. So Bennett crosses the 50 now. Invermay Park end. Leans back, does a big bomber forward. And just sneaks it in for a behind. Only just. Umpire says all clear, one behind. So 1-2-8. They trail by 2 goals to North Launceston.
Luke Swinton takes the defensive mark on defensive 50 there. Can't see Michael Stingle out there, can we, boys? Help me out. Sure he come off with that injury as Swinton kicks up the wing. Looking here for Keegan Ryan, taken by Trent Hope. It's handball in Hope. Doesn't find anyone. Gets it straight to Cox Goodger. Now to Lee. Lee to Jacob Kerr. Jacob Kerr, little left foot kick, finds Sulzberger. Right in the centre of UTAS Stadium. Takes off, back to Kerr, will be under pressure. Gets the kick away nicely though. I've been a little push in the back there from the number 32 in Liam Howard. Not paid. Nicholas, nice handball to Harper. Dispossessed. Clarence defence have been strong today. Only allowed the 1 goal through so far. Mitch Nicholas lays a tackle again. Good second effort. But it's going to be a ball up, about 20 out from the Bombers' goal. Umpires clearing the area. Up they go. Sam Green this time against Theo Ives. Ives wins it. Now we've got Shepherding in the ruck. It's going to go the way of Theo Ives. So a chance here. Really good chance here for North Launceston's second goal. So infringement in the ruck there by Sam Green.
Yeah, Theo Ives, he's like an undersized ruckman, but he's got a terrific leap on him. I saw him play a bit of school footy last year for Scotch Oakburn and did a really good job in the ruck for them.
Got a report from the boys on the boundary on Stingle in a moment, but here comes Theo Ives. Shouldn't miss this one. 20 out, slight angle. On the left, he kicks the goal, does he? He hits the post. Gee, they missed an opportunity there, did North Launceston. And that'll give us a bit of an opportunity as they trail by 11 points to get down to Chris Sayer.
Or Tony Webb.
Or Tony Webb.
Michael Stingle hobbled off, as you obviously saw. Came off pointing towards his left ankle. He's now up on the rub-down bench. They've taken the boot off. Looks like they're going to strap it a bit. Didn't look too good when he came off, though, I've got to say. May wind up down the rooms, maybe. Depends how they go. He's still in a fair bit of pain. Hopefully he gets back soon.
Thanks, Tony.
So Clarence bring the ball right onto centre wing, and it gets punched out of bounds over on the railway side. So they linked up there. They still lead by 11 points to the Southern Roos. As the North Launceston player in Bales is going to jump the fence to retrieve the footy. It's back in play now. So Clarence, really nothing to lose. No one really give them a hope as they headed up the highway. A few late outs for North Launceston haven't helped them. Here's Simpson, one of their co-captains, can do the job. He looks for a free kick. He sprawled himself out on the UTAS turf and the umpire wasn't going to take it. It's going to be thrown up. Still on centre wing. Umpire throws it up. Alex Lee, Green for Clarence, brings it down. into the arms of North Launceston player. It's going to be up forward here. It's Farrelly. Farrelly inside 50. Another turnover. Good defensive. No, umpire hasn't paid it. Said there was some grass involved. Clarence were pretty confident. Farrelly looks neat with the footy when he gets it. Moves well. Where's that number 26 who we saw Jay Foon wear it for many, many years for North Launceston. New era for them. Very successful era. Their previous. Let's see what they can do here in attack. Well, taking the head off there was of the Clarence player was Keegan Wiley, and Keegan Wiley's going to have the free kick. The old-fashioned coat hanger, Ultimate Warrior style. They come out now, half back, square it up now, boundary line side. Harry Fisher by hands inside, looking for a Clarence player there in one of the new ones in Jonty Doran. Left foot again. Garland in front, he's going to take it on the chest. As soon as he gets that front position, he's hard to stop. They're streaming forward at Clarence. He's going to take it on himself with the goal square free, and he kicks it to Colin Garland. Too clever. He waited for that goal square to become free. He had players on, but he goes long to Colin Garland, and he kicks another. So Clarence 4-2-26 now. They lead North Launceston 1-3-9, and they move the ball well from half back then. Yep. They're still patient, but they're looking up, and then as soon as he gets front position, does Colin Garland. He's very hard to beat.
And often you don't expect too much from your late inclusions, but I tell you what, young Jonty Doran there, that was a lovely kick, weighted kick there to Colin Garland.
Yeah, very good, and that was a terrific lead and mark. And Kervis didn't do much wrong, but Garland just that little fraction of a minute in front, a metre in front, I mean, and yeah.
17-point lead here to Clarence, halfway point of the second quarter. Get round the grounds here in a moment to see what's happening at Twin Overs at the next stoppage as Alex Lee gets it straight though to Jack Preshaw. His little kick's a good one to Kieran Howlett. He's 2 kicks out from goal. Rue's going into attack again. Chance here for Jacques Barwick. Oh, he nearly took the mark. Garland at the full. Handball's inside. Back to Kieran Howlett. Sidesteps. Tries to get it to Barwick. He threw the ball. Macca, what's happening at Twin Ovals?
Yeah, just early into the second quarter, Launceston 48 lead the Kingborough Tigers 31. And down at North Hobart, it's North Hobart by 34 points over Glenorchy.
As Cox Goodyear has the ball. Now we've got a throw there, so it's going to be a Clarence free kick. It's going to Jack Preshaw. Little left foot kick. Here tries to spot up Trent Hope. He can't take the mark. At the full, left foot kick to the goal square. Tremaine can't take the mark. Over the back. All Clarence here again. Barwick can't pick it up. Kerr gets there. And eventually it's a try as it falls over the line for a rush behind. 4-3-27 to 1-3-9. And Grooves, some stats, please.
Clearance is even, 4 apiece for the quarter. For the quarter, inside 50s, North Launceston 5, 8 to Clarence.
Okay, so Clarence on top at the moment.
Declan Chugg tucked away in the back pocket. He went to play on. The umpire said you'd better do it, and he does. So it's a bit up the chimney here, the kick from Chugg, but he gets it well outside 50. Tom Bennett comes down with it. I think he's paid him. No. Yes, he has.
50.
Well, that was a bit harsh there because the Clarence player didn't know whether it was his mark or not. Tom Bennett didn't know it was his mark, and the umpire said, well, you didn't give it back to him, so it's your kick. So Bennett from the 50. He's going to kick it inside from the centre circle. Looking up. Can't find any teammates there. Clarence has been terrific off half-back today. They're going to come out here and got a paddock in front of him. There's the Clarence midfielder there in Tremaine. So Tremaine says they don't argue, but it's going to be out of bounds. Number 40, Jack Tremaine. Just had to be a better kick, and he was away. So, yeah, those half-backs of Clarence have done really well. Liam Howard down there. Brian. They've been really good. Lockie Borspoon pushes back on half-back. It's been good through the middle. Boundary throw in. Shallow one. Doesn't even make the ruckman. Lee tried to kick it off the ground. The umpire says, son, you better have another go. So gets the hands all set as the boundary umpire. Come in a few steps. Alex Lee can't see. The sun's right in his eyes there. The umpire sets himself again. They are a long way back, those ruckmen. Let's see what happens this time. Right on the point of the centre square. The umpire throws it in. It's short again. Lee. Well done, Green. Come from behind. He follows up. That's been one of his strengths today. Sam Green in the ruck. Couldn't find his teammate in Keegan Ryan. Back and forth here. Clarence through Jack Preshaw. Over the top, back again to Ryan. Can't take it all. Taking the legs out there of Stingle. He's been in the wars today as Stingle. That's the one's not going to help that ankle.
No good.
And it's going to be the Clarence player over the top here now through Keegan Wiley. Got Holmes on. He's caught though. Well done. Good tackle from Dominic Hay. He's going to go back and take his kick. Umpire said play on advantage.
Oh, now he's gone.
No advantage gone. This is a bit of comedy here at the moment. Clarence through Kieran Howlett. They're away. They've got him on the burst. Harper's on. Sees him over the top. Harper, 1-2 bite to the cherry. There's Jared Harper right on the 50. Where's Colin Garland? Might be having a spell, Foz. Is he Colin Garland? I can't see him there.
No.
So, no, there he is, hiding behind the point post. So he's there, but he goes short and finds Cade Saward. Saywood. Try again, he gives it back to Harper. North Launceston are asleep. Jared Harper points to the sky. That's another goal, Clarence. Another goal to Jared Harper. And they're away at Clarence. They're 5-3-33. Well, North Launceston, I know they're young and inexperienced, but that was pretty poor defensive effort there. They were asleep. They gave Harper plenty of distance around the footy, and he duly saluted Dave Moore.
He did indeed. So what's that? 3 goals now to 0.
Yep.
Playing 17, nearly 18 minutes in this quarter. And I noticed Michael Stingle's come off again. He wasn't moving real well, and I would say that could be day done. He's got he's down on his haunches now on the boundary line. We'll get a report from the boys in a moment, but he had another clash there, and the ankle, I think, is just not the best at the moment, whether he sprained it. But we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, look, that was one where they just sort of could have been paid taking the legs out from underneath. But there wasn't much in it.
Back in the middle, Sam Green back to Baxter Norton. Over now towards Jack Preshaw, who's been really good. Kicks long inside, attacking 50. Garland's back on. What a great shot, kick on that occasion from Jack Preshaw. It's spilt out of bounds. So it'll be a boundary throw-in.
North Hobart 45, Leg Glenorchy 11, and Launceston 48 by 17 points over Kingborough.
Okay. So we'll get a report from Andrew Cooling at half-time on that one. Also have a bit of a look at the Devils season ahead. Backer, a keen observer of Tasmania Devils footy team. They are starting, the boys are starting tomorrow up in Sydney. Boundary throw-in. Garland wins it. Taken though by Chug. Tries to get out of trouble. He's a bit of a sling tackle there, says the umpire.
Speaking of the Sydney Swans, they're 1-2-8, leading the Kangaroos at 1 straight 6.
Little kick from Chug, finds Kerr, didn't go the regulation, has to get a handball out of Simpson. He gets it to Potter, who's on the boundary line. He probably could have gone, but he decides to settle. Get it back to Simpson if he wants. Steady goes short to Bennett, intercepted kick. Barwick's in there. Jacob Kerr, Nankervis, a lot of players diving on the ball. Tries to emerge, but good attacking, forward 50, forward pressure there from Clarence. Kept the ball inside of goal. Umpire clears the area. Ives in ruck against Garland. Which way is this going to go? Umpire says to Colin Garland in scoring range. 40 out, 45-degree angle. And the ruck contest there with Theo Ives, the youngster. And there's a bit of hanging on. And Garland, the chance for his third for the quarter. And his third goal in about 15 minutes of footy. Colin Garland, former Melbourne champion, also played with North Hobart. This is for Clarence's 6th goal. Sets it up, and it's going to drift away to the left. So another behind there to Clarence, 5-4-34. North Launceston 139. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. And taking the mark is Dominic Hay, and here is Matthew McGee.
Been pretty good, Hay. Lots of dash. Takes another bounce. But once again, another turnover. On half-back. They're just not getting it over that line. What are the inside 50s for Dave Gruber, please?
10 to Clarence, 6 to North Launceston.
Yeah, okay. I reckon most of those 6 haven't really gone deep either for North Launceston. They're just breaking down across half forward. Just got to probably do what Clarence are doing. Just be a little bit more patient. Tried to link up.
Mac, I'm wondering whether that stream score might be stuck because the app is telling me that Launceston are now 9-7-61 to the Tigers 5-2-32.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye on the app just for the moment until it corrects itself.
Yeah, so the overlay might be wrong, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, Thurlow with a couple, Blackberry with a couple down there. So Launceston, high-scoring game. Ball goes out of bounds centre wing here at UTAS. It's Clarence, 5-4-34, North Launceston 1-3-9. Don't really look like it at the moment, the Northern Bombers, in terms of being able to score. Ball goes up. Yeah, updated there now, Foz, on the overlay. Yep, 67 Launceston, 32 Kingston. Only throw in. Simpson starting to come into the game. They've just got to be able to connect. That's a terrible dropped effort there from the North Launceston half forward. Simpson did all he could do.
Downfield.
Downfield?
Yep, and the player was dealt with after he got rid of the ball.
Who was that that dropped that mark? Not good. Martin Gibson, I think. Son of the North Launceston champion in Jason, William Leach medalist. After the Hawks back in the 90s. Centre square. Clarence comes sideways now. Howard. They'd say to go, and they're cheering on here. Jonty Doran inside 50, punched out of bounds. The North Launceston defender in Dominic Hay. Been good, Hay. Just lets himself down a bit when he kicks it. So it's another inside 50 for Clarence. Dave gets his pen ready. Dave Gruber, that is. 2-2-14 Sydney. 2 goals straight North Melbourne. Let's see what the Clarence Roos can do here. Hay. Outside 50. Scrubby kick, Bennett. He's going to have the ball bounce for him. He does. He looks to go over the top. He was trying to find Nankervis. Not great defensive play. Nankervis, really good tackle. On the 50, Clarence come out with it. Don't know how, but they did. Inside 50, who's going to take the mark? Up. Can't get the mark. There is James Holmes. Comes to the ground. Forward pocket. No, umpire says free kick, Foz.
Yep. Oh, that might be 50, I reckon. It was dealt with badly after the
Declan Chugg.
Yep.
So it's going to be a free kick to Declan Chugg. He'll take the ball. Clarence player's got to get out of the way. It's going to be another 50, and it is. Clarence player, you have to get away. You're not allowed to stand even now. Declan Chugg's a good runner. He was going to overtake, so it's going to be 100 metres from the back pocket to the half-forward flank. Hopefully Declan's got some puff left to kick it. That's a long sprint. He's inside 50. Is the man on the mark. Clarence player there just needed to know the rule. Inside 50, Chugg up and taking 1-2 bites the cherry mark. Has to be a mark to North Launceston.
Jack Ahern, I think it is.
It is Jack Ahern, son of Adam, from down the northwest coast. He's in the Tassie Devils squad. His father played a few years here. He was drafted to Brisbane. One of those father-son players. So Jack Ahern, nice strong mark. And the Clarence player, Foz, just didn't want to get off the mark, didn't know the rules. You saw the afters. And it's going to result in a free kick, a mark now and a goal kick for young Jack Ahern. Left footer, eases back, and I think he's got it. He has, Jack Ahern. So good goal. A goal they definitely needed, the Northern Bombers. They're now 2-3-15. Clarence 5-4-34.
Yeah, just really a senseless 50 given away there. There was a player on the ground. He was taken by the jumper and sort of forced back onto the ground. That led to the first 50. Then, as you said, the player there just running alongside Declan Chugg gave away that second 50.
Yeah, you just can't do that anymore. One of those rules they brought in, normally all you had to do was stay in front, whereas now you just got to get out. If you're holding the player up, you just got to get out. And it's cost them a goal.
So handy one. They'd like another one before half-time because they've been outplayed so far. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber this quarter.
11 Clarence, 7 to North Launceston.
Okay, so they've had enough injuries perhaps to have scored a few more goals. And he scored the one this quarter. Low-scoring scrap here at UTAS Stadium as up it goes. Lee wins the tap towards Simpson, who might have been held, playing for the free kick. Now he's got the ball. Gets it back towards Sulzberger. His handball was a good one. Inside 50 they go through Evans. He kicks it straight, though, to Harry Fisher back there, who takes the mark. Kicks up the wing, looking for Jacques Barwick. Went one-handed. Mopping up here nicely is the number 29 for North Launceston and Harvey Griffiths. Gets it back inside 50. Off hands. Taken there by Howard. Gets to his teammate there in green, the ruckman. In towards Borsboom. Bennett just bustles him off the ball. Now he picks it up. Back towards Kerr, who'll be under pressure on a couple of roos. Does well, Jacob Kerr. Left foot kick, beautiful. Finds Sulzberger. Waits his handball now towards Declan Chugg. They're going to go inside 50 again. Up in towards Theo Ives. But 2 against 1. Green can't quite take the mark across the front. Now about 7 players are on top of it. It'll be a ball up, 40 out from the North Launceston goal.
Delay down at the Kingston oval, Foz. It looks like there's an injury to a Launceston player. They've pulled the stretcher out. So there'll be a delay there in that second quarter. It's gone 19 minutes with Launceston up by 35 points, but the stretcher out. We'll try and find out who that player is at half-time as he goes off the ground now.
How many minutes played down there, Macca?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, so
19 and a half,
a bit behind us here, so we'll keep that in mind when we cross to Andrew at half-time. We might do our Devils preview first. We'll see how we go. As boundary throw in. 70 metres out from North Launceston's goal. They trail by 19 points. Front position, Lee. Flips it over the back looking for Simpson, and that is half-time here at UTAS Stadium. That quarter went about 27 and a half minutes. And at half-time, it's Clarence 5-4-34 to North Launceston 2-3-15. Macca.
Yeah, so Clarence kicked 3 goals, 2 in that quarter to North Launceston, 1 goal, 2. And the goal kickers for Clarence is Jared Harper with 2, Colin Garland with 2 in that quarter, and Baxter Norton with 1. And for North Launceston, it was a goal in the first quarter to Will Harper, and 1 in that quarter just then to Jack Ahern, and that's all they wrote for North Launceston.
Yeah, Macca, what are your thoughts here in that first half? Clarence clearly on top. Late goal to North Launceston, probably a bit of a consolation, but they're still in it. It's only 3 goals.
Well and truly on top of Clarence. They're using the ball a lot better that quarter. They found Colin Garland on a couple of occasions. They're running on top of the ground, to be honest. And North Launceston have got a few issues. They keep turning the ball over. They're under pressure, even though they've got the dominant ruckman in Alex Lee. Simpson's getting first hands on the footy majority of the time, but just they're there tackling him straight away. Stingle is a big injury. We mentioned at the start of the game how their midfield's a little bit weaker, especially without the Tassie Devils players who we'll talk about in a moment. But look, they're going to have to show something here, North Launceston, otherwise it could be one that slips away for them.
Dave Gruber, stats to half-time.
To half-time, North Launceston well in front with the hit-outs, 27-11. Clearances up to half-time, 14 for Clarence and 13 for North Launceston. Inside 50s, 26 for Clarence, 18 for North Launceston. Marks inside 50 even at 6 apiece. And North Launceston have had 13 free kicks to Clarence's 12.
Okay, that's an interesting stat there, Macca. 6 marks inside 50 each, but just the 2 goals to North Launceston.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to think where their marks were, North Launceston, but I don't think it resulted in too many shots at goal. I know Mitchell Nicholas took one and squared it up.
Yeah, he took a couple, actually.
Yeah, he took a couple of marks, but he was a long way out. He wasn't within scoring. He doesn't kick the ball a long way. So, yeah, look, North Launceston, they're going to be under pressure. Bradley Cox-Goodger was quiet that quarter. I don't think we even caught him once having a touch of the footy. Grooms agrees. As I said, Simpson's getting his hands on the footy, but that's about it. Nankervis had his hands full. They just need more out of, Blade Sulzberger, for example. They need to run someone through there, get someone on ball with him. Is it a Bales? Is it a Goodger? You'd imagine Bradley Cox-Goodger's just going to have to go where the ball is now. Yeah. At the moment, he's trying to defend a little bit and then run forward. He's going to have to be around the footy. But they're just got to, not turn the ball over. Their turnovers have absolutely killed them at the moment.
From a Clarence point of view, they've had plenty of contributors. Looking down their list there, they've got a lot of players that are getting a fair bit of the footy.
Yeah, my word. Yeah, no, totally agree. They've been very good off half-back. Sam Green's done a fairly good job in the ruck. I like how he goes to ground and he's first there. He's out beating Alex Lee when the ball hits the ground.
It looks to me like he's had a really good pre-season. Like he's very fit. He's getting to a lot of contests.
Yeah, but just all those players that are getting plenty of the footy, as you mentioned. Swinton and Fisher and Baxter Norton and Holmes and Wiley and Keegan and Keegan Ryan and all those ones. They're just getting enough of it. They're chipping the ball around. They're good by hand. And, 5 goals. Not a great half of footy, but it's well and truly enough here today at the moment.
I've really liked the game of Jack Preshaw, one of the on-balls there for Clarence. He gets a lot of the ball. Unassuming player, but certainly very efficient with his possessions.
Yeah, well, both Preshaw boys, they're probably third season of senior footy from the under-18s and through the D-League. Yep. And, they have to step up this year because they've lost a lot of players and they're starting to develop. So
Clarence 5-4-34, lead North Launceston 2-3-15. Now, we were going to go to the Twin Ovals to talk to Andrew Cooling, but we can see their game still going. So, we might have a bit of chat about the Devils first, then we'll go to a break, and then we'll go to Andrew after that break. So, the Tassie Devils were starting tomorrow. Talk to our listeners, especially might not be that familiar with the Devils. Now, what's the format? What are the ages of the players? How do they get into the squad, etc.?
Yeah, so the Devils are in the NAB League, which is basically run out of Victoria, but it also includes the academy sides from the two Queensland, or the Queensland Academy, the Sydney Swan Academy, Giants Academy, the two Queensland teams as well. Plus all of those teams, the NAB League was formed out of the TAC Cup, of course. So some teams, like the Sandringham Dragons, the Oakley Chargers, the Geelong Falcons, that football factory down there. And there's quite a lot of percentage of boys that are drafted out of the NAB League. So these boys are in amongst it. They've got 15 new players this year, I think I read in the media. They've got a new coach in Jeremy Webley, the former Clarence coach. They basically get selected from some trial games. A lot of these boys have been training since October. Trial games sort of north-northwest. And then sort of they play the south. They picked a squad of around sort of late 40s, 50s to make two teams. They had a trial game down in Campbelltown sort of a couple of months ago. Then from that, a squad of around about 40-odd was picked. Pretty much north-northwest. They're all represented, as well as the south, of course. And they had a bye in round one of the NAB League, which was last week. And those boys played TSL footy a couple of weeks ago. And tomorrow they play up at the Blacktown Oval at 12 o'clock.
I think you've been to the Blacktown Oval?
I've been there a few times, Foz, the Blacktown Oval. Of course, it was the original home of the Giants when they first played in their own under-19, under-18 comp, and then their VFL side.
So identify for us perhaps the half dozen Devils players to look out for this season.
Look, at the moment, the ones that are probably up for that. So in terms of ages, as you mentioned before, mainly 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds. Every now and then you might get the odd underage player. We saw a couple of years ago, of course, Riley Sanders play as a 16-year-old. But it also gives the opportunities for the 19-year-olds to play as well. So I think there's a couple of 19-year-olds. Will Splan's in there. So the 19-year-olds are the ones that maybe didn't get a crack at it last year for injury. All these boys have had a real interrupted couple of seasons, obviously, with the COVID and no NAB League. But Will Splan is an overager. Brandon Leary, who's come up through North Launceston here and is a goal kicker. He's a 19-year-old and hasn't played at this level yet. So look, the players that you mentioned, the one that's been in the media this week is obviously Lockie Cowan. He's a terrific mover off half-back, midfield. Good size, played in Devonport's senior premiership side last year. So Brendan Shaw boy, good size. He's the one they've really got hopes for. Tom McCullum, off half-back as well, will play either half-back or half-forward. His dad was Scotty McCullum back in the day of Clarence, back in those days of the Gavin Coonies we mentioned before. He's a little bit different player, though, than Scotty. He's more tall and athletic and a terrific runner from Guildford Young College. Liam Jones, Launceston player, midfielder, really good speed, good endurance, terrific user of the footy. We've seen him play a couple of games of senior footy for the Launceston Football Club. Him and Lockie Cowan were both under 15 All-Australians back when the championship were here 3 years ago. So, those boys have all got their eye on being drafted, and obviously AFL clubs have got their eye on them. Depending on how Splan goes, of course, we'll see there. A few clubs like him because of he had a couple of good games early last year.
Son of Gary
Splan, North Hobart. Cam Owen is a 203, 204 centimetre ruckman forward from Guildford Young. Plays here at Clarence. Tall. You had a really big pre-season, so as soon as you're 203, 204 centimetres, you're going to get looked at. Launceston have got someone like Colby McKercher, who's not draftable this year, but they'll be looking for him to have a good game on ball.
He was very impressive in the TSL last year in his first season.
Yeah, he was. Seth Campbell from
You're
Burnie.
impressed with his pace, aren't you, Colby? It's one of his standout.
I saw Colby McKercher playing their trial game at Campbelltown a few weeks back, and they basically had to take him off the ground to even the teams up. He was just that dominant as well. So look, it's just the body size of him. He has grown a bit, but see how they'll play Sydney tomorrow, and Sydney are always stocky and big and powerful. They've had that sort of rugby background. They can tackle hard, and it's that Kieran Jack and that sort of range of Sydney players that we've seen in the past. Yeah, actually, Sydney tomorrow, one thing there, if anyone wants to watch the stream, it'll be on the NAB League app. But Brett Kirk's son is one of the better players for the Sydney Academy. Of course, the Sydney Super. able to be competitive and obviously being able to run all makes a big deal. So look, good luck to them. Good luck to Jeremy Weberley.
The time for that game tomorrow, Macca?
12 noon.
12 noon.
Yeah,
okay,
and you'll be able to catch it, I think, on the NAB app. It'll
Fantastic.
be there. So really looking forward to that.
Thank you, Macca, and we'll look forward to tracking the Devils' progress, including Good Friday. I think we've got a game at Dole Park, I think, on Good Friday. So we'll keep up to date with that one.
Yeah, some of these games swap around a bit based on flights in and out of Tassie. So I think this game's meant to be Saturday, now it's Sunday. It just depends. But look, I think the girls are playing tomorrow up there as well. They've got a winter sort of championship thing against
GWS.
That's the GWS. So good luck to them. They had a good season, the girls, in their NAB league. Just missed the finals, but Jeremy Webley looked after them, and they've got a couple of girls on the draft radar as well.
Absolutely. Half time here at UTAS Stadium. It's Clarence 5-4-34 to North Launceston 2-3-15. I can see that the game now at the Twin Ovals is at half time. So after the break, we'll get to Andrew Cooling to give us a bit of a report on the Tigers versus Launceston game. Back in a moment.
L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Visit the website lgas.com.au or give us a call on 131 161.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
The 60s.
The 70s. Enjoy 2 hours of the best in classic rock.
On Real and in the Years. Saturdays from 5 on City Park Radio.
Hey folks, why not treat yourself and escape from reality for a few hours at the fabulous Star Theatre Launceston? A great range of the latest movies in old world comfort with delicious food and local wines and of course handmade choc tops for a perfect night or day out. The Star is a great place for a private function. Did you know you can book the cinema out for a fundraiser, corporate event or the best birthday bash ever? Latest films and session times are on starktheatre.com.au, a proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Yes, welcome back to UTAS Stadium. And Clarence at half-time are leading here against North Launceston. They're leading 5-4-34 to the Bombers 2-3-15. Another game of big interest to our northern listeners this afternoon is down at the Twin Ovals. It's a highly anticipated clash between Launceston, the visiting team, against the Kingborough Tigers. And calling the game on the TSL live stream is Andrew Cooling. Good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Dave. How are we?
Good, thanks, mate. It's an interesting game, looking at the score. Pretty even first quarter, but they flexed their muscle in the second quarter, did the Blues.
Oh, absolutely. It was dominant stuff. They could probably be even further than the 34 points they are ahead at half-time. It was, as you say, it was a pretty close first quarter. The Tigers responded well to a blistering start from Launceston, and it was just the 10 points, the margin at the first break. But it was probably due to the Tigers being pretty efficient when they went inside 50. I think there was a period there where they went inside 3 times for 3 goals. They're really making the most of their opportunities. That hasn't quite lasted in the second quarter, and they haven't really had many opportunities really in that second quarter because Launceston is almost like they erected this blue wall at the middle of the Twin Ovals here. The Tigers could not get the ball inside 50. I think they went in about once in the last 20 minutes of play. It was really dominant from Launceston. Their key movers just started dominating around the contest, and a 34-point margin at halftime, it could be even more. It was a really impressive second quarter from the Blues.
And Andrew, Jackson Thurlow back in the team today. Was he one of the most prominent players?
He was a little bit quieter in the second quarter, but he kicked 2 goals in quarter number 1, starting up forward. They clamped down on him a little in the second term, and they were kind of, Jay Blackbridge was probably the one they were doing the most damage in quarter number 2, but kicked 2 goals. He's presented well, leading up at the ball quite nicely in that half-forward spot. He's been strong in the air, and yeah, he's certainly made an impact. And 2 early goals, he was looming large early on. They've put the clamps on him a little, but they've just had so many options to kick to inside 50. They haven't really had to go to the big man in the contest too often. They've generally been able to find a free man somewhere in a forward pocket.
Yes, Andrew, we did see there that someone had gone off on a stretcher for Launceston in that second quarter. Anything to report there?
Haven't got an update on that one, unfortunately. It was young Samuel Cowley who was down and there was about a 5-minute stoppage there. So I haven't got anything to report on what that is. I won't speculate on injuries, but it caused quite a stoppage and it didn't look great. So fingers crossed for Samuel Cowley there, but can't confirm precisely what the issue was.
Absolutely. And Andrew, Kieran Lovell, has he been tagged at all? Is he allowed to have a bit of freedom?
I haven't noticed a hard tag on him, but he hasn't done a lot of damage, so they've controlled the game around the contest, I would say, Launceston. They've really won the ball out of the middle, especially in that second quarter. They were pretty dominant. Lovell hasn't been able to get on the outside, so it's been the main thing. He's won a little bit of the ball on the inside, but just hasn't been, I suppose, bursting away from packs and doing that damage. Certainly his impact has been pretty nullified as the likes of Eddie Cole in that midfield group for Kingborough. They were smashed in the contest in that second quarter, and credit, I suppose, has to go to the Blues midfield there who really turned the screws and responded after a decent challenge from the Tigers in that first quarter. There was a 10-minute period where they probably got 5 or 6 clearances in a row, but really since that moment, I think they took the lead at one stage. It was about 33 to 30. Since that moment, it has been all Launceston.
Well, cheers, Andrew. Thanks for the report, and I'll let you have a cup of tea. Is it Tubes you're on with today?
No, we've got Ryan Rosendale calling me today. He's doing a fine job, and hopefully some more exciting action to call in the second half.
No worries, mate. Thanks for joining us on City Park Radio.
No worries. All the best, Dave.
Thank you there, Andrew Cooling, who's reporting to us there from the Twin Ovals at half-time there. It's the Blues 10-8-68, leading the Tigers 5-4-34. And the other game in progress, it's quite a big lead at the moment to North Hobart, 11-4-70, and they're leading Glenorchy 4-6-30. Our boys from the boundary have returned from half-time, so we'll get down to, I think Tony's going to go first. Tony.
I am, and as you surmised, Michael Stinggold is gone for the day. I talked to him as he was going off, actually, and it sort of happened when he went to ground. He's not sure really how it happened, but his left foot got squashed between the ground and his right foot on the ankle. He's just had a lot of ice put on the ankle, and he's just sort of sitting here on the interchange bench in a hoodie, no shoes or socks or anything like that, so definitely gone for the day. North are pretty calm about things in the rooms. They sat in their groups, got a little bit of an address by the relevant flying coaches. Brett Cox Goodger went into the back room, which is where he called the boys in for about 4 or 5 minutes, and they just calmly come out again. So a bit hard to get a gauge on what they're actually saying. Chris.
Yes, the Clarence coach drew a lot of attention to that double 50-metre penalty, as if that was the only negative for the first half. He said there are a lot of little minor errors, but they are going to work on that. And he said he really drew attention to the past defeats here. You know how North have belted Clarence over so many years, and now Clarence have their foot on the throat. And now is the time to squeeze. They really brought up the history of these two sides, but very upbeat in the Clarence rooms.
Thanks very much, boys. So keep an eye. So Michael Stinggold definitely out for the day, Tony?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, so that's
not very happy either. That's
not great luck there for Michael. No. He's a great season last year and started this year in pretty good fashion as well. So we'll talk to you boys again at three-quarter time.
No worries.
Thanks, Tony. Well, Macca, yeah, the interesting history between these two clubs. Feels like a long time ago now, but some famous instances with the helicopters and whatnot.
Yeah, my word. As we mentioned some of those players today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Back in those days. No, look, they're a terrific football club, Clarence, and those colours and what they bring to that southern region. Probably had a little bit of their dominance taken off once Lauderdale sort of come around, didn't they? And sort of in that sort of, they didn't have the whole eastern shore to themselves. But look, North Launceston, they've got a bit to show here now.
You was taking a break there, Macca, when the boys said that Michael Stingler's out for the day, so that's a pretty big blow to the midfield.
Oh, look, they do lack the depth in there, and they're going to have to rely on a few makeshift ones. Simpson and Sulzberg are on ball at the moment. They're going to need a little lot from them. And Alex Lee, of course, in the ruck needs to just keep feeding them. So the third quarter, let's see what Clarence can do here. Baxter Norton out of the middle. Goes wide to Borsboom, who goes wider again. Bradley Cox-Goodger playing off half-back. Let's see what they can do there. Bradley Cox-Goodger off half-back. Gives it to Simpson. Simpson set upon in the back. So Cox-Goodger, half-back. I don't know about that one. I just think he needs to be up around the footy or 4. They need to score a goal. Or 4 to get back in front. And North Launceston off half-back. The stand rule. Players able to play on. Looks for Bennett. Well done there from the Clarence defender, but not good enough. And he's caught by Bennett. That's Harry Fisher. He's caught. And Bennett's going to take the free kick about 60 out from goal. So Bennett plays on. It's a spearing pass. It's a good pass. Looking there for Will Gibson. He turns inside. He could have been taken high over the boundary line. Umpire says play on. Clarence defender through Keegan Wiley. 2-on-1. Alex Lee takes the mark. He breaks 50 now, the big fella in Alex Lee. He looks towards goal. It's going to be a terrific start. Alex Lee, he had the presence of mind to play on 4 or 5 metres and kick the goal, Alex Lee, and that's the one they need. And we said that they need some other goal-scoring options, and there's one in the big ruckman, Alex Lee. And North Launceston now move on to 3-3-21, trailing Clarence 5-4-34.
Well, I think the Daily Potato Company Goal of the Week, that could be a nomination, because a running goal from a ruckman from 50, you don't see those very often, so especially from that angle.
And you don't see it from Alex Lee much,
No,
to be honest.
no.
He's been a terrific ruckman for years and years and years, but not a big goal kicker. So he's taken it upon himself, the co-captain.
So, great start to the quarter here for North Launceston. They trail now by just 13 points. We said it was a 3-goal margin despite Clarence's dominance. So, North Launceston well and truly in this contest. Lee wins the tap once again. Coming through is Jack Preshaw. He can't pick it up. Little handball over the top, finds Harper. Harper breaks the line, goes to half forward, kicks it wide to Ollie Preshaw. Takes the mark in front of the scoreboard. Ollie Preshaw. He might be going back for a shot here. It's a very tough one. 55 metres on the boundary line. So he's backing himself by the looks. Beautiful sunshine still here at UTAS Stadium. Temperature in the mid-20s today. Taking his time. We haven't got the 30-second countdown clock here, but right on the limit. Ollie Preshaw sets it at the top of the goal square. Thumped away by Lee. A lot of players at the fall. No one can take possession. Ball up, top of the goal square. Clarence kicking to the Invermay Park end of the UTAS Stadium. Seen kicks go a fair way at each end, so I don't think there's too much breeze advantage. Out it comes now to Simpson. Simpson kicks it towards the boundary line. Bounces once, then tapped over.
For those of our listeners that are like the horse races, Foz, of course, bet responsibly, but the Sydney Cup's just been run and won by Knight's Order from the Gay Waterhouse stable. So big day of racing in Sydney.
One of the favourites?
Yeah, sort of. That was a very open field, but yeah, it was in the first 2 or 3.
That's over the 3,200 still, is it?
Yep. So very much those horses will be back for the spring and looking towards the Melbourne Cup.
Lee takes possession from the ruck, tackled by Green from behind. Be another stoppage. Tom McEntee, one of the best in the business. TSL umpires, comes in to ball it up. Green and Lee. Lee wins a tap towards Simpson, who might have been held by Jack Preshaw, but no. Comes out to Mitch Nicholas in traffic. Kicks with the left foot. Not bad up here, looking for Hunter Farrelly. Can it sit for him? Well done to Bealey. No, it wasn't well done to Bealey. Pushed him in the back, I think. So it'll be a free kick to Hunter Farrelly, the young man. A few goals in debut, but a bit quieter today. One of the North players that will need to lift here. Hunter Farrelly. Right beside the bigger of the centre circles. Kicks to half forward. Chance here. Mark dropped there by Ives. On the follow-up, he tries to scoop it out. Can't do so. Ball up, attacking 50. So inside 50's groups, all North Launceston's way at the moment?
Yeah, 3 this quarter to just the 1 for Clarence.
Umpire McEntee throws it up. Lee wins the tap again to Simpson. Gee, that's happened a lot of times today. Now we're going to sling tackle. It's going to go North Launceston's way here.
Simpson.
Ben Simpson, 40 possessions last week. And that huge victory down at Lauderdale. He's directly in front. He'll kick from right on the paint of 50.
Just his ability to get his hands on the footy first from those ruck contests. Hasn't found a lot of space today, but it's that inside ball.
12's the ball in his hand. He's right back inside the centre square. This would bring the margin back to just 7 points, if you can believe it. Here comes Simpson. Close to the man of the mark. Kicks high, kicks wide, kicks out of bounds on the full. Opportunity lost, and Macca is a bit of an upset in the AFL in the offing here.
Yeah, that's North Melbourne by 10 points over the Sydney Swans. What's that, sort of 7 minutes into the second quarter, so a long time to go. But North Melbourne, backs to the wall, and their coach said this week, basically bring your mouth guards, boys, and let's see who wants to show up. So it could have stung them into action. And it's Clarence here looking to be stung into action after North Launceston kicked the first of the third quarter. So they use this chip play again to the Clarence Roos.
Skipper.
Harper on the centre wing. Good kick. Finds Oscar Paprotny. Plays on and goes. Oh, it's going to be turned over again though. It's Bradley Cox-Goodger on half back. And Cox-Goodger looking into that centre corridor. Looking. There he goes. Spears it in. Good kick. Oh, dropped the mark there. North Launceston player in Harvey Griffiths. Oh, good mark, Mitchie Nicholas. Play on. Umpire says play on. Gives to his former classmate, Declan Chugg. Hit up. Here's the youngster, the goal kicker in Hunter Farrelly. So Hunter Farrelly breaks the 50. Grass burner. Can't get it to his teammate there, and it's going to be repelled from Clarence outside 50. But only as far as 3 North Launceston players. This time it's Lockie Mitchell. Inside 50. Good contest. 1-2 bites of the cherry, the Clarence defender. In Harry Fisher, it's into the hands of the North Launceston forward in Jack Ahern. He's kicked one already, but that's only going to be behind Jack Ahern. And it's going to go through for a behind. So they're getting the ball, they're getting it inside 50, and they trail by an even 2 goals.
Saw the future of North Launceston there with Mitch Nicholas, Hunter Farrelly involved. The young players stepping up in this third quarter. They've got a lot of the play. They trail by just 2 goals now. Keegan Wiley. Goes wide of the wing, kicks low, kicks long, Lee from behind, smashes into the contest. It's going to come out here through Doran to Green, pinpoint accuracy to Baxter Norton. A bit quieter in the second quarter. Now gets it to Saywood. Saywood up the wing. Chance here for Jack Preshaw. Good contest there with Lockie Mitchell. He might have him around the neck there, trying to take the ball. Umpire's blindsided. Ball up, just inside the boundary line. Half time at Twin Ovals. The Blues 68, the Kingborough Tigers 34. Dominating the second quarter did the Blues. Back here at UTAS Stadium, it's just a 2-goal margin. Sam Green takes it out of the ruck. Back to Baxter Norton. Kicks it out of bounds on the full. Looking there for Keegan Ryan. Declan Chugg was very much a forward player last year, Macca. It's good to see him back in defence.
Yep.
Cutting a bit of a niche for himself there. But undecided. Now he kicks to half forward. Wiley spalls from behind, falls to Ahern, he's tackled. Griffiths smacks it inside 50, 1-on-1 contest here. That's a Harper for North Launceston, who can't take the mark, bounces out of bounds. Dave Gruber inside 50s, quarter number 3.
6 for North Launceston and still only the 1 for Clarence this quarter.
Clearances?
2 apiece.
2 apiece. Okay. Boundary throw in. Dangerous position here for Clarence. Deep in attack for North Launceston. They're really making a charge here in this contest. Round 3 TSL. Bennett wins the tap. Spills to Griffiths. Tries to get round. Snaps on goal as Harvey Griffiths. Not bad. Just across the face for one behind. 3-5-23. The Northern Bombers. The Clarence Roos 5-4-34.
North Hobart lead Glenorchy 70-31. And Launceston are up by 34 points, even doubling the Kingborough Tigers at the moment. And it's the Kangaroos over in Sydney, the SCG. They lead by 11 points.
Bet responsibly, Macca, but what would they be on sports bet before today?
That'd be good odds, Foz.
$6?
I know. Normally you're an underdog man. Kick out, Clarence under pressure again. You can tell the Northern Bombers have lifted. And it's taken out of bounds. They just can't get out here at the moment, the Clarence Roos. North Launceston trail by 11. They trailed by, 19 at half-time. Boundary throw in, city end of the ground. Alex Lee in the ruck. Baxter Norton good. Gives it across to his fellow defender in Keegan Ryan. But it's all North Launceston yellow jumpers in the middle of the ground. That's an excellent tackle, Colin Garland. Well, That's good to see the big man doing that. A veteran, he rolled all the way up from full forward to the centre circle and laid a terrific tackle when it was 3-on-1. Green. Here's Simpson again. First hands on the footy. Could have been taken high. He wanted it. Umpire didn't see it. Was on the wrong side. It was on the correct side, but on the wrong side to see that free kick.
Up it goes. Lee taps out here towards Simpson. Simpson tackled straight away by Holmes. Thrown into the ground. Here they go, North Launceston. Young Ahern kicked a great goal in the second quarter. He just pumps it forward. But Keegan Wiley's the only man there, takes the mark. Been pretty good today. Goes back to Fisher, dangerous. Marks in defensive goal square. Back to Wiley. Can they mount something here? Goes wide here towards Saywood. He kicked down the ground, it's on.
Play on advantage.
Macca. Seawood up here towards Tremaine. Fellow headband. Over the back, Bennett. Look away handball to Cox Goodger. Low piercing kick towards half forward. Turnover. Mark, I think that's Keegan Ryan, it is. Handball in towards Jack Preshaw. In the centre circles, there's no one to go to. Has to go sideways and does it well to backs to Norton. Great kick. Norton inside 50 over the head there of Barwick. Letting go under the ball is Dan Curvis. Sweeping handball only as far as Norton. Spills out of bounds. 70 metres out from the Clarence goal. Just their second or third inside
That's
50?
Only their second.
Second inside 50 for the quarter. And we've been playing almost 12 minutes. Boundary throw in. Over on the far side comes to James Holmes. This way, that away. Tries to get round Sulzberger. Gets it back to backs to Norton. Having a big third quarter. Long kick inside 50. Flying for the ball was Trent Hope. Well done Fletcher Bennett though. Only as far as Sam Green. High up and under. Can anyone mark it? Over the back, Borsboom with a fist. Takes it now as Borsboom. Gets a kick away. Only 2 metres it goes. Now Andy Potter. Gets it to Simpson. Simpson by hand to Cox Goodger. Cox Goodger low to Nicholas. Has to wait. Sport from behind. Chance Clarence. Here they go. Kick for goal. It's off hands. And it just spilt through, I think, for one behind it has. Clarence, first score for a while. 5-5-35. In fact, that might be their first score for the quarter, Macca. Did you get the halftime score?
Yep, it was 5-4, first score.
Yep, first score. So Cox Goodger doing the kick-out duties for full-back. Look at his regulation, 70 metres. No, he goes handball to Fletcher Bennett. Over the top to Sulzberger. Pressure there from Clarence. Not letting the ball out at the moment. It's now going to be a ball up in front of the grandstand over there with a few patrons in the sunshine. It's just gone behind the cloud for the moment. So 12-point lead. Clarence 35, North Launceston 23.
So game on here at UTAS. It's Launceston by plenty down at the Twin Ovals and also North Hobart. So we've got the close one here on City Park Radio, 103.7 or 96.5 live on your dial. And the ball goes out of bounds again in front of the big scoreboard hill here at UTAS Stadium.
Third goal to Jay Blackberry. It's 74 Blues, 35 Tigers.
They're flexing the muscles, I think was your words, Foz, and I have to agree. Boundary throw in. Ball comes in. Lee. Up against Preshaw. Lee gets it, but it's going to be Harper. Being good for Clarence as the captain. Swinging the tackle. Lucky to get away with that there, Clarence. Cox Goodger can't get his foot on the ball. They bust out of the tackle here to Clarence. Looking for a target on the fat side of the ground. This is Jarks Barwick. Inside 50 hitter. Oh, bounced off rubber chest. He couldn't take it there from the Clarence forward and Keegan Ryan. He had it swallowed. But they get it again in the pocket. Good kick. Good kick, Clarence, there from Jack Preshaw. Finding in the forward pocket one of the small players as he turns around.
Tremaine. I picked out Saywood.
Kate Saywood. He's tucked away in front of the North Launceston change room gate right here at UTAS Stadium. Now this is a really big kick. If they can put another goal on the board here and be 3 up halfway through the third. Alex Lee limps off. Keep your eye on that one, Foz. Well, he's a left footer. He's a left footer and it looks across the face. It's missed everything. Alex Lee, maybe just sore. Doesn't look too bad.
Get Tony and Chris onto that one, boys.
Definitely a bit sore. He's in the ruck all day. Nankervis to Cox Goodger. Through the middle. Short to Bales. Bales takes his time. What do you do with Cook's Godger Foz?
Got to be on the ball.
Got to be round the footy. Got to kick goals. Here's Sulzberger. Need more from him. Got to get the footy. Goes by hand to Simpson. By hand again. Over the top here. North Launceston now to half back. Through Potter. Ball up. Can't find Harper. Can he get him a goal? He's a goal kicker. Gibson. Good hands. Oh, North Launceston set upon Dominic Hay. Back here now. Blade Sulzberger break the 50. Looks to kick a goal, but he's kicked it to the only Clarence defender. Wow, he spotted him up, and Oscar Paprotny takes a defensive mark.
Impressive player, Paprotny, as he kicks outside defensive 50. Long kick, but beautiful mark. Brad Cox-Goodger with the one hand, if you don't mind, reined it in.
Here we go.
No, he didn't load the cannon back. His disappointment. He gets to Harper, bounces off his chest. Tremaine in there, takes it. Handballs away to Holmes. He gets caught high by Nicholas. So they'll be able to relieve the pressure here, will the Roos. Gets up a bit gingerly to James Holmes. Looks to switch to his left, but sides against it. Now it goes long up the line. Railway wing side of the ground. Ollie Preshaw front position. Can't take it. Cox-Goodger again. Gets it to Gibson. A little kick here looking for Harper. But his fellow number 10 there, and James Bealey. Too strong. Gets it to Paprotny again. Liking this Clarence half-back line at the moment. Kick up towards the wing. Chance here for Borsboom. Runs beside it. Lockie Mitchell for North Launceston lays on it. And two Clarence players lay on him. We've been playing 17 minutes here at UTAS Stadium. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131 161. Thanks for your support, Elgas. Getting us to air during our sports commentaries. Don't forget, Tornadoes are starting 2 weeks from tonight. I'm excited, Macca.
You're on them.
Hobart Chargers, yep.
How are they lining up?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Kelsey Griffin back on board. Keely Froling, Mariah Payne, the big three. Looking good for this season. Of course, we'll be at Windsor Park, Good Friday. Launceston versus North Launceston, pushing the ruck contest there against Green. Go away of Theo Ives for North Launceston.
Theo Ives, he's gone into the ruck that leads off. So Theo Ives got a lot of left footers, don't they, North Launceston? Down the line, nice strong kick. Bennett 1-on-2, can't get a good run at the footy. The umpire has given it against Bennett. It's going to be play on advantage. Good hands over the top from Howlett to that boy in Sayward. Can't get it there, he's Jarks Barwick, but he can now. He's got a player on, he's got him deep, he's got him set. He can't get a good defensive effort from Harry Bales. He was under pressure. Garland, here's Kerr, just got the toe to the footy. North Launceston player in Dominic Hay. It's been probably one of their best across the quarters. It's a bit scrubby with the footy though. Here's Farrelly, tries to take on three. Can't do so. Holmes started the game well. Another inside 50 for Clarence. They've had a good 5 minutes of Clarence. Up and at him. There's Barwick at the bottom. Kerr. Garland is there as well. It's going to be a ball up. So they've got the ball inside 50. The umpire's given away a free kick.
North Launceston's way, Macca?
North Launceston's way. It was a push after the ball up. And it's going to be a free
Potter.
kick. North Launceston to Potter. He squares it up to Bennett. Bennett to Simpson. One bounce. Two bounces. Gibson. Nicholas. Nicholas goes short. Left footer. Got to be a good kick. Oh, it's at the feet of Curtis. Put him under pressure. They can get the ball and go here. Can Clarence through Keegan Ryan. Garland sets from behind. Tried to take a hanger of a chest mark. Can't do so. Umpire says that's okay. I'll throw it in.
I think the 33-year-old legs there of Colin Garland wanted to do something.
He tried to get up, didn't he?
It didn't quite happen for him.
North Launceston's, Launceston still by, 45 points. And North Hobart by nearly 60. Is that 59 points down there at North Hobart?
AFL, Macca?
AFL, North Melbourne by 10 points.
Oh, gee, upset brewing there. As it's going to be a ball up. Umpire McEntee comes in. Only the one goal scored this quarter through nearly 20 minutes. And that's to North Launceston. So it's going to be game on in this last quarter. As Baxter Norton smacks it towards goal with the right foot. Fades away in the breeze. Out of bounds on the full.
Well, it was all North Launceston, wasn't it, for the first 10 minutes, and the last 5 minutes has been all Clarence.
Groups inside 50s?
Yeah, they've narrowed the gap a little bit now. It's 7 inside 50s to Clarence to 9 to North Launceston.
Yeah, okay.
But still only the 1 point.
Yeah, efficiency not great at all.
Ben Simpson. Nicely here towards Ahern. Jack Ahern. Indecisive. Another left footer, as Macca said, there's heaps of them in this team. I bet it was Lee who takes a nice big mark. He's lifted this quarter. Goes towards half forward towards Bennett. Oh, it's just getting a bad bounce. Did a bit of a off break there. Leg break. And just went out of bounds.
He doesn't want to go deep because Clarence are getting an extra 2 back behind the footy every time.
Yep.
He had Harper back there as well as Gibson, but the problem was there was 2 extra Clarence defenders. That's why he tried to go wide.
They've been well structured all day in that back line. Have the Roos. Out it comes out of Simpson to Ahern. Spin it before he got it. Dropped it. Back to Simpson. Now to Sulzberger. Sweeping handball to the centre circle towards Kerr. Kerr's up against Holmes. Kerr doing okay. Gets it over towards Dominic Hay. Uses his pace. Can he gather? He can. Can he evade the tackle? No. Great tackling, James Holmes. Norton. Now to Borsboon. In now to Keegan Ryan. Has an outlet in Preshaw. That's in fact, that's Karen Howlett. Over the top. Here they go. Clarence. Kick towards goal. It's out of bounds on the full. Jacques Barwick.
Jacques got a little bit ahead of himself. He had to hit Colin Garland up.
Yep. The green light lit up. The goals. He sprayed it to the right.
It didn't even look like scoring, did it? So, crucial error there. Garland is frustrated at full forward. Oh, that's a bit of a hands in the back. Umpire says no, you can do that these days. Hello to those Geelong supporters. Sandy Green, inside 50, hit up. Must have been off fingers because coming out with the ball is Oliver Preshaw. He turns and he goes well. And he goes to Keegan Ryan. So Keegan Ryan, he's going to have a shot from in front of the scoreboard. And he's been pretty good, hasn't he, Keegan Ryan? He's been lively. He's got good size, quite tall.
Ex-North Hobart, son of the coach.
Probably a fair point to move across. So Keegan Ryan looking to get that 3-goal lead again for Clarence. 22 and a half minutes gone. The sun's starting to disappear here at UTAS Stadium. Ryan comes in now to kick. Let's see the reaction. No, it's going to be a miss far side through for a behind. So 5-6-36 Clarence. North Launceston 3-5-23 and Cox Goodyear takes the ball from full back. Piercing kick. Oh, it's a terrific kick to Bennett. It's the first time he's been able to hit, or anyone's been able to hit Bennett today, I think. 50 metres. So it's a 50 metres against the other fella there on the mark. I think it might have been Trent Hope. And Tom Bennett's going to come down right to the point of the square. Centre square, that is. So that helps. Bennett, long 40-metre kick. Alex Lee's gone forward with Ives in the ruck. They look a little bit more dangerous, don't they, with Lee forward? He took a couple of good, and kicked a good goal and took a good hang. So Alex Lee, he'll do the forward line rucking. So Theo Ives is going to do the ruck work on ball. And then Alex Lee will take the ruck work inside 50 at the moment. So Alex Lee up against Green. Lee, nice over the back. No North Lonnie forward there. Good hands. Clarence, they've been good at this all day. They're going to come out here through Harry Fisher. Umpire saw something. Free kick downfield.
Yeah. See that one, Groups?
No, I was just watching the football up here.
Not sure what happened there.
Anyway, it's going to be a downfield. It's probably a professional free kick because they're nearly away there with Clarence. Harry Fisher. He's done pretty well down back on the big North Lonnie forwards. Oh, finds Borsboom. Hard in mouth stuff. Hit up good to Harper. Swings the handball and swings it well. They're away, Clarence. They have a bounce through Wiley. Up the wing, not a great kick again. Bales. Got to be taken front on, and the umpire says, yes, you were. Free kick against Keegan Ryan.
Harry Bales on the wing. It's a 13-point margin. Can't be long to go. Only the 1 goal kicked in this quarter. We're playing 24 and a half minutes. So Mitch Nicholas has it at half-back. Probably a good idea to go quickly here because there's not going to be long left in this quarter. Goes out there looking for Sulzberger. Clears the contest out of bounds. Left half forward. Around the grounds, Macca. What do you got there?
North Hobart 98, Lee Glenorchy 31. It's Launceston 86 lead Kingborough 48 and 4-point lead to North Melbourne in Sydney.
I know Sam Caswell had kicked 3 goals there for North Hobart in his 100th game, so congratulations, Sam. I'd like to see milestones. Tackle laid there on Griffiths. Still at half forward for North Launceston. 25 minutes and 20 seconds down. They really need to score a goal here in this last minute or two. Just give them confidence. It's only 13 points though. Plenty of footy to play out in this game. Stay with us in the last quarter. Griffiths kicks to the top of the goal square. All Clarence. Big fist away. Chance now for Harper. Gets it back to Paprotny. Has to stop and go to his right boot. Beautifully weighted kick. Finds Saywood, I think it is there, taking the mark on the wing. It is. Now to Baxter Norton. His kick is poor.
Yeah, well done, young Jack Ahern there. He put pressure on right to the end and forced Norton to kick it out of bounds.
Jacob Kerr kicks up here looking for Gibson. Clears him. Taken. Chance now for Theo Ives. 1 on 3. Alex Lee nearly takes it against the 3. Spills out now though towards Howlett. That's Dylan Howlett. Back to Luke Swinton. Swinton's kick's not great. Straight to the opposition. Dominic Hay for goal. 30 out. Here's a goal. That's a huge goal for North Launceston. The kick wasn't great there from Swinton. Intercepted. And right on the final siren. Talk about taking momentum into the last quarter. Dominic Hay slots it through from 30. And the margin just 7 points, Macca.
Well, to say it's the one they need would be an understatement. And right on the siren, just a crucial turnover. Clarence must have known it was close towards the siren, and just an error from young players. They've been excellent all day. Have the Clarence defence. You just had to go wider, even out to space. It would have been 10 seconds or less, maybe 6 seconds left on the clock by the time the ball went through. But anyway,
you can't doubt the character of North Launceston. They looked out of this game. They went down to Lauderdale last week and they won by 2 points, and now they're a big show in this game.
They are
with lots of players out.
Yeah, my word. It's a good game, and North Launceston come right in now. Ben Simpson's going to take charge. He gets them all in, right in it. I like the move of Lee forward. Probably a necessity. He looked pretty sore, so they put him forward. The goal kickers, Foz.
Yep.
For Clarence, what did they kick? 5. 2 to Harper, 2 to Garland, and 1 to Norton. Only kicked 2 behinds that quarter.
Yep.
And for North Launceston, 1 to Harper, Will Harper, 1 to Alex Lee, 1 to Dominic Hay just then, and Jack Harper as well. Jack Ahern. I've got too many Harpers. Jack Ahern, sorry.
Thank you, Macca McGee. We might take a short break. In fact, no, we'll do the stats, Scribs. You ready? No, I'll give you a bit more time. You ready?
Yep.
You ready? Go. Yep.
Okay, to the three-quarter time. Hitouts, North well in front, 38 to 16. Clearances, Clarence have that there, 22 to 19. Inside 50s, Clarence once again 35 times have had it inside to North Launceston's 30. Marks inside 50, 9 to Clarence, 8 to North Launceston. But free kicks, 12 that quarter to North Launceston, so they've got 25 and 16 for Clarence.
Okay, interesting stats there, especially those inside 50s that quarter. 12 to North Launceston.
12 to 9, yeah. Clarence evened it up there after North had a lot of it early, but then the last few then in the goal to North.
Okay, we'll take a short break here on City Park Radio. You're listening to our coverage of TSL footy with Dave Moore, Matthew McGee, Dave Gruber, and the boys on the boundary, Tony Webb and Chris Sayer. Three-quarter time, it's Clarence 5-6-36, North Launceston 4-5-29. We'll be back in just a moment.
When it comes to your home or your local business, L-Gas is the smart choice. Make the switch and be rewarded with $80 in LPG account credits when you sign up. Whether it's cooking, hot water or heating, L-Gas has got you covered. For $80 in LPG account credits, visit the website lgas.com.au, download the L-Gas app or give us a call on 131 161. L-Gas. Local, safe and reliable.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Enjoying the program? Got something to tell us? Seen something interesting in your area? Send us a text message. It's so easy. 0438 187686. It's the City Park Radio text line, straight to the studio here in Launceston. Listening outside of Australia? Don't forget the code 61 and drop the 0. That number again, 0438 187686. In touch with our community. City Park Radio, 96.5 and 103.7.
Barrett's Music is proud to support music in Tasmania in many forms. In fact, we've been supporting music in our community for decades. We value music participation in Tassie, so we can help you get started with expert advice on hand. With a wide range of instruments in stock, plus great learning resources and interest-free purchase plans, we can help you discover the music in you. Call into Barrett's at 104 George Street, Launceston, or phone 6331 9355. Barrett's Music, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs, talk to the locals with knowledge. Elgas, call 13 11 61, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to our coverage of City Park Radio's TSL game here today between North Launceston and Clarence. And a really interesting contest at three-quarter time. North Launceston with 2-0 in that third quarter. They trail by 7 points. Clarence 5-6-36. North Launceston 4-5-29. Round the grounds, Macca, I think the Tigers have stemmed the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, 40 points, the Launceston Blues. Looks to be a pretty good crowd down there at the Twin Ovals. North Hobart have just received a double 50, so they're going to kick another one. They're well and truly in front. I think this is 116 points that they're going to bring up. So a big day for North Hobart against the arch enemy in Glenorchy. And the Sydney Swans have hit the front, 6-4-40, leading the Kangaroos 6-1-37. And as you mentioned here, Foz, North Launceston, they've come right back. They're in 7 points at three-quarter time.
How did they get back into the game?
Look, I think they just they minimised their turnovers as such. I think Clarence the first 10 minutes of the game, the quarter, just couldn't get their hands on the footy. Then they started to turn the ball over. There was a couple of errors. I think I mentioned that they didn't go to Garland. Jarks Barwick didn't go to Garland when he should have. Alex Lee, funnily enough, Alex Lee going forward, I think just gave them a target. He was sore. He couldn't go in the ruck, but let's see what happens there. They still play Cox Goodyear across half back. And look, I know he wants to do that because he says, right, I've done my years. It's up to you younger guys to lift us and go. And look, he was pretty good in that last 10 minutes across half back. But I suppose that's the good thing, is he can swing himself forward if he needs to. Bales is down there with him now as a defender. You saw him start forward, so they've thrown it around a little bit. I think they just used the ball better. Sulzberger had a better quarter, and Simpson was terrific in that quarter. Hands on the ball first, better use of the ball, and basically said, I'm one of the skippers, come with me.
Get down to the boys on the boundary. First of all, Tony.
Brad was pretty happy with that effort. He asked for a big effort and he got it. He feels they're just going to start as per normal in the quarter, but later in the quarter, Alex Lee will go down forward along with Harvey as they did before, purely because Clarence are putting two back all the time. He wants them to run it out. He feels that Clarence are just about done foot-wise, so he wants them to run it rather than just sort of kick it to the contest where Clarence have the extra numbers. So you'll see North Launceston running this a fair bit this quarter, I'd say.
And Coach Ryan for Clarence has put it on Dylan Howlett to go up forward and give him a bit of kick up in the forward line. He's not too happy, but he's still quite confident they can get through this.
No worries, thanks Chris. Last quarter action, TSL footy here on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Here's a Macca McGee.
Alex Lee back in the ruck, gets it down here, but Harper's going to follow up the opposition ruckman work. Mitchie Nicholas off that wing. Clarence get first hands on the footy. Green now. This is a big win here for one of these teams. It's going to be Sulzberger by hand to Lee, to Simpson, racking them up. Harper inside 51 on 3. Good defensive mark, Clarence. And getting back there for Clarence was Keegan Wiley.
It's been good all day, Macca.
Very good, David. Very good. Keegan Wiley. Nice hit. Good hit. Inside handball. They go well here to Clarence. This is Oscar Paprotny. Forward, good kick. And it's Jarks Barwick, the live wire. Oh, he wants to go hands to Harper. He does now, but he's on a tighter angle. Harper left foot. It's good. Oh, it's hit the post. Well, if Barwick had just given the ball 2 seconds earlier, Harper would have been on a better angle, not having to use his left. So that's a point they could have done with that goal, just to give him a little bit of breathing space. Cox Goodyear strolls out of the back line, goes to give a handball, but then shimmies and goes straight down the line. Norton's there. Over the top, well done, Sulzberger. This is what he can do. Left foot, over in front of the youngster in Farrelly. Oh, it's a good win, though, from Clarence in James Bealey. He now goes to Keegan Wiley, who's the set upon, and the umpire says, give it to me. About 70 metres from the North Launceston goal. There's a few afters, Dave. Umpire's going to blow the whistle. 1 on 3, North Launceston. So Clarence should have more numbers around the footy, and they do. It's Norton. Back to the Clarence defender in Howlett. Harper switches it long and wide and goes to Harry Fisher. Had a pretty good game. Here's Bennett. He's going to chase him. He's turned it over. Mitchie Nicholas. Is he going to be there? Borsboom takes the ball. Umpire says, give it to me just inside the North Launceston forward line. So pressure's on. There's a few afters happening. There's a lot on the line. It's an 8-point lead to Clarence. You're listening to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5. And here's the captain of the commentary team, Dave Moore.
Up it goes. Won by Green. Now towards Borsboom, who can't pick it up. Eventually they work it out through Harper, the skipper. A couple of goals today. From the spillage of the contest on the wing. Picking up his Bales. Handball's not great. Little shovel out there by Bennett. Somehow someone kicks the ball off the ground, might have been Griffiths. That's Kobe Evans. Kicks towards half forward, not a bad kick. Front position was Bennett, who caught his opponent high. Free kick to the Roos at half back. That's Sam Green. He's worked hard today. He's been all over the ground. It's a back-to-backs to Norton. Pick up the wing. Mark taken by Paprotny. Roos kick towards half forward. He's going to get this first vital goal of the last quarter. Jacques Barwick, hands off. Now Tremaine. Tremaine's got a play there in Dylan Howlett. Dylan Howlett for goal. Has kicked it. Quietish day for Dylan Howlett, but he's popped up inside 50 and kicked that vital, important first goal of the last quarter. 6-7-43 the Roos, leading now by 14 points.
Was that the one the boys on the bench said had moved forward? Was that the one Chris said the coach has asked to move forward?
Yeah, could have been.
Chris, give us a thumbs up if that was the case. I'm pretty sure you said it was Howlett. There he is. Look,
there it is.
Look at him. He's got the thumbs up.
Got the thumb up.
You weren't listening.
Oh, no.
I listened, and I was pretty sure. But the coach
so much to concentrate on here.
The coach said,
So
I've got 3 games of football going on here, and the races, and the game, and the goal kickers, and what have you got to worry about?
All the technical part.
Anyway, what a goal for Clarence it was. 2 goals, 2 up now, 14 points. Here's the captain of the commentary team, Dave Moore. Come on, Dave, give us something.
Sam Green wins the tap out towards Griffiths. He can't pick it up.
Giggling grooves over there.
As Mitch Nicholas got it, weaves through traffic, shows a bit of class, the youngster. Kicks to half forward beautifully. Mark taken by Will Gibson. They need to answer that goal quickly. Low scoring game. They don't want to get too far behind. Here towards Bennett. Bennett crashes the pack, picks it up, snaps across the face. 1 against 2 contest. Brave work there by Sam Green. His handball smothered though. Still a chance for the Northern Bombers. Who can win it out here? It's kicked off the ground towards the goal line. And Harry Fisher takes it over for a behind for North Launceston. They go to 4-6-30. Trailing Clarence 6-7-43. No, it's all right.
North Launceston have got to go more direct, I think. So Bennett's known to lead wide. I think now's the time just to go top of the square. Bennett maybe put Lee back on ball or throw Cox Goodger forward. Because at the moment they're not going to win this game at the moment, North Launceston, unless they've got a goal kicker forward and direct.
On the wing for Clarence, pinpoint pass from Wiley. Up towards half forward, dropped there by Keegan Ryan. Markey probably should have taken. Bennett. Oh, he's met in the tackle there by Tremaine. Ball, says the Clarence crowd. Gee, that was pretty red hot, but anyway. Free kick, Jack Tremaine. Fletcher Bennett not happy. It's 2 kicks out from goal. Players leading left, right and centre inside 50. Tremaine kicks towards the boundary line. Tough one to mark, but James Holmes does. James Holmes. He's marked 35 out on the boundary line. Brad Cox-Goodger not happy. Not sure if he's not happy with what happened in the defensive 50 or was the actual mark taken, but anyway. Right behind this one at level 4 of UTAS Stadium. This could be a Daily Potato Company Goal of the Week nominee. If this goes through, James Holmes keeps it flat. Oh, gee, nearly goes through. Funny old kick, but eventually it's knocked through by Lee. 6-8-44 Clarence. North Launceston 4-6-30. Been playing 6.5 minutes into the last quarter.
Think It Over wins the Queen Elizabeth Stakes up at Randwick, Foz, one of the premier Group 1s in Australian racing. It's good odds, 40 odd to 1, so that was a good win there. A terrific ride. If you get to watch the replay, the jockey went right to the outside rail. Looked like the horse didn't know where to go. But bringing all the sport up here today, and whether it be the races or the footy, women's AFL earlier on, Adelaide Crows won that one. AFLW Premiers, boundary throw in. North Launceston right up against it here at the moment. That's got to be a free kick to Norton. Umpire said no. It's going to be a ball up, just outside 50 for the Clarence Roos. So Clarence, they lead by 14 points. North Launceston's got to find a way to kick 3 goals in about 15 minutes or so of football. So still plenty of time. Here's Simpson to Cox Goodger on the go pass. Cox Goodger steps. Here's Mitchy Nicholas to Chug. They fumble their way forward. Chug comes out of it now cleaner. Not a great handball. They're going to get away with it though, North Launceston. Ahern drops a mark he should have taken. Now they're in trouble. They've been hard work here at the moment. Kobe Evans is in there. That's holding the footy. They get away with it. Harvey Griffiths, that was. Still goes forward. Not great football, but it falls in the arms. And we've said that a lot today of the Clarence defender, Foz.
Keegan Wiley.
Keegan Wiley been really good. Here's Harper, the skipper. Been good up forward. Goes long. Garland hits him in the top of the head, I think. And the ball goes out of bounds. But at least they've gone direct. And it put the defenders right under pressure.
Inside 50s, Dave Gruber.
4 apiece this quarter.
Okay. Boundary throw in. Next to the right behind post. Dangerous position here for Northern Bombers. Garland wins the tap. Takes the ball. Garland snaps and goals. No, he doesn't. Off to the right. It was a sort of goal he kicked last year to win the game for Clarence in sensational circumstances, but not on that occasion. So quick play on now from Fletcher Bennett. Handballs over the top to Simpson. To Declan Chug. Right on defensive 50 against the boundary line. Does well to get round. Mark dropped there by Will Gibson. Lays a tackle on his opponent. And it will be a ball up. Attacking side of the wing. The umpire lets it go. It eventually does come out. So another chance to load here for Clarence. Backs to Norton with a little handball. Back to Preshaw. Now to Bealey. Now to Tremaine as he kicks inside 50. Holmes front position. Good spoil from behind there by Bales. Oh, high tackle on Holmes. We get another opportunity from the boundary line, this time on the other side of the park. So he's over on the railway wing side. 35 out. He's going to snap round the corner here. You'd think another goal might just kill this contest off for the Roos. James Holmes. Simpson on the mark. Facing it right angles to the goal. Right on the boundary line. Steadies now for the kick. Now he goes. Snaps high. Won't make the distance. Falls in the goal square. Over the back. Spills through for a behind. 6:10, 46 Clarence. North Launceston 4-6-30. 10 minutes gone in the last quarter.
Yeah, well, they've their back's up against the wall. Alex Lee is limping hard. I reckon he's got a corky in that thigh, right thigh. Can hardly move at the moment. North Launceston take the kick out through Andy Potter, but they can't go anywhere. Clarence, great mark. Now comes to the top of the 50, Jack Preshaw. He went to go back into trouble. Snaps it over on the left, but it falls in the arms of Fletcher Bennett. Fletcher Bennett, they got to go and they got to go now. Lockie Mitchell taken front on. No, he was going to take the mark and he was met front on. So it's half back, it's a slow play.
James Bealey, who took that lovely one-hander before for the Brews.
Fletcher Bennett now gets it. He's got to run. Mitchy Nicholas has found space. Good runner. Is it going to stay in? It is. He'll wheel on the left. Goes now. Looks up here, finds a Hearn. Good pick up, good hands. Harper. Haven't seen him since the first quarter, to be honest. North Launceston now through Jacob Kerr. They've got to hit a target. They can't. They cannot hit a target. And here goes Harper. Harper hit up. Trent Hope, long sleeves. Off half back, Green. Inside, good hit. Really good hit. They go. Here's Garland on the lead. Well, that's good football. Really good football. Is that our old mate Saywood, Foz?
It's either Saywood or Tremaine.
Give me a number. I think it's 3. Tremaine, is
Yeah,
Tremaine.
Yep.
Tremaine. So good kick, Tremaine. Colin Garland. He's going to break the 50 now. He's kicked 2, both in the second quarter. Starts left, starts to come back like a little Fozzie fade on the golf course, but he doesn't bring it back enough. Fozz's fades come back enough, let me tell you.
You're out of practice at the moment.
The Masters are on, Foz.
Yeah, I have to get out.
Enjoy watching that.
Harry Bales now takes off from fullback. Clears defensive 50. Almost a mark there to Chug, not paid. Oh, and then he's thrown to the ground. Free
Dumping
kick.
tackle, you can't do that anymore.
So they need to get a wriggle on here, Northern Bombers. There's still 3 goals in arrears. They've only kicked 4 in the game so far. They kicked 2 in that third quarter. Declan Chug short to Cox Goodger. Has that gone 15? No, umpire's right in front of him. So
89 points North Hobart lead, and Tigers are trailing Launceston by 27.
27,
a little
okay.
comeback.
Little comeback.
And another goal, no miss, so 26 now.
Okay, so it could be an interesting last quarter there. As in comes Chug. He's tackled, does release the handball, bouncing ball. Sulzberger dives in. Player there caught, trying to escape. The contest was Baxter Norton.
And the half-time score, Sydney Swans by 3 over the Kangaroos.
Keeping up to date here on City Park Radio. We're going to finish a little bit earlier than the other games, I think. It's been pretty low scoring today. Not much happening here at half forward for Clarence. Northern Bombers working hard. Another stoppage. The D-League today, I don't think I've given this score yet. It was North Launceston 13-9-87. Clarence 8-5-53. So a 34-point win there to the Bombers. Here we go again. Front edge of the centre circles. Clarence slightly in attack. Nicholas does pretty well. Here they go. Sulzberger. Lovely handball to Harper. Harper to half forward. Farrelly caught behind. He's got it. He's tackled straight away. Does get it away to a teammate in Hay who's worried out of it. Now Green, who seems to be playing the backline Macca, as it comes through now to Saywood. Here towards Hope. Kick inside 50 towards Garland, who doesn't. Yes, he does take the mark.
It just fell in his arms after he fell over.
And apologies to Keegan Ryan, it was who got the kick away. Garland for goal. Could be the sealer. He's missed again. I don't know how many points he's kicked today, Macca. He's kicked probably 2 goals, 4 or 5, I'd say. Plenty of opportunities.
I think Sam Greenfoss is just playing the old-fashioned ruck roll, just sitting behind the play, kick behind, with Alex Lee off the ground and out of the ruck.
He's been very impressive today. I like his athleticism.
Very good,
Yep.
especially that follow-up we've mentioned.
Yep.
North Launceston, kick out, Andy Potter. They go wide again. What have we got left? 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more max. Low scoring quarter again. They trail by an even 3 goals. And as we mentioned today, they've been without Avon and Pearce, 2 experienced players. Of course, they're Devils out, but I don't think they'll be happy with their performance if they lose this North Launceston. Up and under kick. Mitchie Nicholas tried to claim it. Gives it to Declan. Chug off half back. This is where they've fallen down all day. What can they achieve here at the moment? Those half backers have been awesome for Clarence, and they're going to repel again. Brilliant. They're all in one. I don't know who we're going to give the votes to because I think the half back line is just all one. Ball comes over the top. Borspoon in short to Harper. Can't take the mark. Jared Harper, but it comes to ground. Cox Goodger, he looks. Here's Mitchie Nicholas out in space. So Nicholas towards the boundary line. He's on the right side. He backpedals to get on the left. Oh, what pressure. A tremendous smother, Clarence. Foz, can you get the binoculars up on that one?
Pretty sure it's Jack Preshaw.
Brilliant. There, Mitchie Nicholas just doesn't have a right foot. He backpedaled and tried to go on the left. And it was awesome. And the ball goes out of bounds and now going to be thrown in. Ives down the front. Norton. Good early. Here's Mitchie Nicholas. Nearly tackled. Play on. Oh, he scrubs the kick. And it could result in a goal the other way. Here they go. They break 50 to Clarence. They're going to have the sealer. Touched on the line. There, the kick from one of the ins in Jonty Doran. Got to wait for the signal. And Curvis is appealing the. Garland, in fact, was appealing anyway. Cox Goodger gets it on half back. He's bounced the ball while being tackled. Has to be holding the footy umpire. Can't be. Because now it's play on. Norton over the top. Here now to Preshaw. That's Ollie Preshaw. Garland 1-0. That's all he needs. One was being held, but he's still good enough to take it. And on a player of Nankervis. What a mark. What are we looking at here, Fozzle?
Just the kick by Ollie Preshaw. Beautifully.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
He's ran hard all day as Ollie Preshaw. What about that half back line of Clarence? That's where it started. They were on North Launceston, and they've been under pressure all day as every North Launceston player. And this would be the sealer. Garland directly in front, 20 out, bangs it home. And the Clarence supporters go up. That's 3 goals for Colin Garland. And Foz, 4 goals, 25 points now. You'd think that's enough.
Yeah, I think so. They've broken the back of the resistance of North Launceston. Have been pretty brave after half-time. But as you said, Keegan Wiley, young Fisher back there, Tremaine, Proprotny's been really impressive, Beerley, all those Clarence back
They're one
players.
and all, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very, very, very similar. Yeah, as a team, talk about team defence, they have done it today. There is no doubt.
Okay, back in the middle, 17 and a half minutes gone. That Tigers revival continuing, Macca, down at Twin Ovals?
What are we now? 19 points?
Ooh.
19 points, yeah, with, 10 and a half minutes gone.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that one. Of course, they'll probably finish well after our game here at UTAS Stadium. Simpson gets it inside 50. Is there a quick response here from North Launceston? Picking it up is Evans. He's tackled from behind. And we have ball up, 40 out directly in front for the Northern Bombers. Next Friday, 5-2, City Park Radio. Traditional rivals, Launceston and North Launceston. It'll be tough for these teams, just a 6-day break. A few injury concerns. Now towards Saywood. Picked up though by Griffiths. Free kick, Griffiths. And the tackle. It's got to go long now. Got Bennett up there. Kick goes towards goal. Bounces. I think it might just be through for a behind. It is. So first score for a while. North Launceston inside 50s groups for this quarter.
Inside 50s, 11 for Clarence, and that was North Launceston with 8.
8, okay. They've had a fair bit of it, but not in recent times. Out it comes to Proprotny. Oscar Proprotny. To really get Clarence's season going here today. It'll be 1-1. Backs to Norton. Over the top. Here's Wiley again. Handball's intercepted this time by Ahern. Kicks to that pocket again. Macca's shaking his head as Bennett picks it up right on the boundary line. Back to Ahern. In fact, it was out of bounds before Bennett could handball it to Ahern. Yeah, Macca, there it goes again. You set it into that pocket.
He leads there all the time, so that's okay because you're going to draw your defender out. But then they need someone back in the goal square to kick it. You don't have to kick it to Bennett every time. He's leading out. It's too wide when you need 3 or 4 goals to win. Chug, been one of the better four-quarter performances, but that time he's caught with the footy. And it's going to be a free kick in the back line. Is it going to go to Proprotny? It is. So Proprotny squares it up to Norton. Knocked up getting it. Takes his time now. They can feel the victory. Can the Clarence team? Just nearly 20 minutes gone. And an excellent day for their senior side. Come up the highway. They played a standard of football that's got them the victory. Keegan Ryan. Saywood. I thought it was your man again, the other one. Oh, that's a free kick downfield. We've seen a few of them today. Garland comes from, that's got to be something.
Back over the mark.
So they lost Stingle. It's got to be 50. It has to be 50.
50, is it?
You can't come from behind the mark. It was Andy Potter. Andy Potter come from behind the mark and tackled Garland before the umpire called play on.
Okay.
So I imagine that's what it's for. You've got to wait till the play on. But it was scrappy. So Garland went to play on early. The umpire was probably a little bit slow in calling it. But Garland's going to line up for his 4th. As Foz said, he's kicked at least 4 behinds today.
I can verify that. It is 4 behinds.
So 25 metres out. Slide angle. Goal. Goal to Colin Garland. And he's had a good day. He likes this end of the ground. He's kicked 2 in the second and 2 in the 4th. And I think they're home, Fozzle.
I think they are, Macca. And
30 points.
Well-deserved victory. In fact, this pocket where I alluded to before, he kicked a goal right on the siren just about to win the game here for Clarence last year. When you think back to the preliminary final, I mean, you were here, Macca, and I think we were out at Windsor Park the same day. The teams have changed markedly since that game.
Yeah. Was that a couple of years ago?
Last year.
I don't think I was here last year, Fozzle.
No, it was 2 years ago, was it? It was too. It was.
It was 2 years ago, I think. Time flies, David.
Yeah,
well, maybe it was here and I wasn't here, but...
yeah, true.
No, I think it might be a couple of years ago.
Okay, back in the middle. Andy Lee, knockout here towards Simpson. He tries to get off the ground. He can't. Still in a contest. Probably 3 or 4 minutes of playing time left here. Taken by Harper. Feeds it back to Simpson, who kicks inside 50, looking for Bennett, who takes the mark. 45 out. Might go back and have a shot. It'll be just outside 50. The shot will be delivered from. Macca, quickly, Twin Ovals.
Twin Ovals, 18 points. Launceston's lead now after leading by, 40-odd? 40 maybe was their maximum lead.
Bennett goes short to Gibson. Can't take the mark. He got it on the follow-up. Coughs it up though to Fisher. Fisher over the top here to Sayward. Young Sayward's been pretty good today. Number 41. On the left boot. Kicks long up here looking for Dylan Howard. Kicked the goal early in the term. Nice mark, Cox-Goodger. Cox-Goodger kicks it beautifully. Finds Will Harper. His handball to Simpson's not great. Lead to a turnover. Sayward. Harper. It's Jared Harper. To Norton. And once again, a little bit of sloppy work there from the Northern Bombers, turning the ball over. They trail by 30 points. As, I think Swans have kicked the goal, Macca.
Yeah, Swans by 9 early in the third.
Knockout by Lee to Chug. Back to Lee. Fumble slightly. Torpedoes inside 50. Clarence defence. That almost might have been a mark there to Ives. Paid. So the ball up. 30 out directly in front. So, yeah, the story of today in the forward line for Clarence has been Colin Garland, 33-year-old. He's getting up limping there. There's Liam Howard for the Roos. A lot of players around the contest. Hard to see anything positive happening here. Although here's a chance for the Northern Bombers. Play a tackle without it, surely, yes. Well, a few Bronx cheers there from the North Lonnie supporters. I might have thought they've had a rough deal today, but it's going to be a shot on goal from 40 out, 45-degree angle. And it's the debutant, Kobe Evans. Could be a highlight for him. Game number 1. Came in this week. Of course, Nathan Pearce and Jack Avian out of the team. Here comes Kobe Evans. Right behind this one on the stream. Kicks it nicely and scores a goal for North Launceston. Consolation, but great news there for the young man. Gets a good cheer from the North Lonnie supporters. 5-7-37. North Launceston, Clarence, 8-13-61.
Yeah, look, little wins, I suppose. They've been able to blood a couple of youngsters into this side. And like last week, obviously, the week before, they had a few of their Devils players, especially the North West Coast boys that came up North Launceston. Just left it to too few today. But just their skill errors going inside forward 50, not being able to link up through the midfield. It's just really cost them. The good goal first up from Kobe Evans. Tigers down by 24, and they just had a shot for goal, Foz, but it's gone through for a behind. So
North Hobart?
North Hobart are trying to get to a 100-point lead. They're 95 up.
Okay. A ball up in the middle of the ground. Beautiful tap out. Leader Simpson. Another inside 50 for the Bombers. Can they finish with a bit of a flourish here? Ives can't pick it up. Out here towards Ahern against Jared Harper. The skipper's been pretty good today. Led from the front. Kicked the first goal of the contest. It's going to be hard for Macca to do his votes today. There have been a lot of contributors, especially for Clarence. Lee tries to find Chug. Chug lays on the ball. Scoops it out. Back of the contest. The handball comes out. Intercepted though there by Kieran Howlett. Ends up now with Baxter Norton. Waits the handball nicely to Sayward. Up the wing. In fact, that was Tremaine now to Sayward. Handball comes now to Clarence, who kicked to half forward. Towards Dylan Howlett. Knocked away nicely though by Harry Bales. Interesting, Harry Bales in defence pretty much most of the day, Macca.
He started forward, if you remember.
Yeah.
He had the first shot for goal, to be honest, but more known as a forward. But I just think they've just been making some matchups here and short on personnel. Had to go back.
Bounty throw in, and Lee tries to get it to Simpson, but it falls now to Howlett. Dylan Howlett to the goal square. Ollie Preshaw up against the couple. Well done, the North Lonnie defence. Now to Cox-Goodger. Handballs it at Nankervis to Bennett. The veterans there for North Launceston. Over to Griffiths. He's going to be confronted by Papotri. Paprotny gets it away now. But it's going to be a turnover for Protney once again. There it is. Victory to Clarence against their old rivals North Launceston here at UTAS Stadium. A really impressive 24-point win in the end. 8-13-61. They've defeated North Launceston 5-7-37 in a pretty hard-fought contest, pretty physical contest. Clarence have come out on top, Mac.
Yes, they have, and they deserved the victory. They were good. They were really good.
Yep.
Like both sides lacked some polish, but Clarence had more pressure on the football, so they were able to turn the ball over more and were able to capitalise. And I think to have Colin Garland up forward, he ended up kicking 4, but that's their get-out kick, and I think maybe that's what North Launceston needed, was that get-out kick, long and deep, put pressure on the defenders. Clarence's half-back line and full-back line, their back 6 were just brilliant. Their midfielders held their own, as you mentioned, the young ruckman in green, Baxter Norton, and then forward, as I mentioned, you've got Colin Garland there as a get-out kick. So, look, they'll be really pleased with that win with Clarence, because I think they were underdogs. North Launceston had a couple of good wins. They beat Lauderdale last week, which was an upset, and then they've come back down to earth today with the North Launceston team. I think Chris Sayers might have Jared Harper down there. Chris?
Yep. Yes, I've got Jared here. Jared, that was well worth the trip up the highway.
It was, mate. It was. We thought we let one slip last week, and it was good to put in 4 quarters of effort today, coming forward to put pressure on, and forced a few turnovers, and we're able to capitalise on the other side of it, so it was good.
It's good to have a spearhead up forward, but really that half-back line was rock solid, weren't they?
Yeah, Keegan Wiley, James Beale, and even Oscar Paprotny down there, rebound and everything, elite foot skills off the half-back line. It really sets up our attack off the turnover.
Do you like playing this big ground?
We do. We've had a huff and about pre-season. We've been training on tiny grounds, and our strength's our ball movement. Once we get on these bigger grounds, it really comes to show. Like today, we're able to pick apart at times their defence, and it was good.
Next week, Lauderdale coming off the bye.
Yeah. Sometimes it works both ways, but we'll take a lot of confidence out of this and going down to the tip. We've had a few good contests in there over the last few years, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's a bit of history with the two sides. You'd be really happy with the win, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no doubt. There's as far as playing for Clarence, it's always good to get one up over Lauderdale.
Thanks for the chat to City Park Radio. Well done today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Yes, I think they're a very happy side, boys, especially, as we said, with the history of the club, the two clubs playing together, and to win on this big ground, North's home ground, Clarence will be very happy.
Absolutely, and thanks for your work on the boundary day, yourself and Tony. Great work, Chris.
Yes, I'm off up the road to present Reeling in the Ears soon.
Fantastic. Stay tuned on City Park Radio. Great program, Reeling in the Ears, 5 o'clock here on City Park Radio. Well, Macca, a very happy Clarence team. They played well as a team. They were outstanding, especially in defence, and a well-deserved victory.
Yeah, my word. And look, a team like Clarence, I think the other thing we haven't mentioned today, they don't get on their home ground at all summer because of the cricket.
Yep.
They train in other venues, and to get on a big football ground like this is a lot different than what they've been training on. They even played last week at North Hobart as a home game. So to get on a big ground, I think it suits them. And, look, they've done well.
We better look at the goal kickers, the stats. We'll get some other scores, and then we'll look at your 3, 2 and 1.
Yeah, look, for North Launceston, the goal kickers were Will Harper. He kicked the first, seems a long time ago. Singles also to Alex Lee, Kobe Evans in the last quarter, Dominic Hay and Jack Ahern. So all single goal kickers. For Clarence, it was Baxter Norton with 1, Jared Harper with 2, Dylan Howlett kicked 1 in the last quarter, and Colin Garland kicked 4.
And now the stats for Dave Gruber.
Hit-outs over the day, North Launceston 50 to Clarence 23. Clearances, both teams finished up with 28 over the course of the day. Inside 50s, Clarence had the better of the stat that today, 48 to North Launceston 42. Marks inside 50, 5 in that last quarter to Clarence to get him to 14 for the day, 9 for North Launceston, and free kicks 29 for North Launceston, 21 for Clarence.
Fantastic. It's interesting the clearance starter there. Dave mentioned, I think Lee and Simpson did work well together, but they drove the ball forward, but it was across that half-back line where Clarence were dominated.
Yeah, look, Jared Harper said we just caused turnovers, and that was just the issue, wasn't it? They just didn't get any clean ball at all. I looked at their goals there, and I don't really know which one of those was a clean inside 50 goal, to be honest.
Yep. Okay, let's quickly around the grounds here, Mackie. You've got the two streams happening.
Yeah, North Hobart 143 to 41, about another shot, so they've broken the 100 mark. Kingborough getting beaten by 27 points now. Launceston have hit the 100, so they'll win that one.
I suppose Trent Bourne were quite happy with that second half there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, look, I think they just had that second quarter, and they mentioned they hardly got their hands on the footy, did the Tigers. Kangaroos lead by 8 over Sydney in the third quarter, so that's a good fight back there as well.
Okay, don't forget to see Park Radio next Friday, Good Friday. It's that traditional game between Launceston and North Launceston, 5-2. It's going to be an interesting game, and the Bombers be stung, I think, after this defeat, and they're going to have to get up for the best in the business. That's the Blues out there at Windsor Park, so that's going to be a tough assignment for the youngsters.
Yes, best players in
3-2-1.
3-2-1. Look, for North Launceston, I don't think I could find any of those to be in the best three on the ground. They in the end, they got beat quite convincingly, but they're better players. I thought Simpson had his hand on the footy, probably not as dominant as he had been, just couldn't get enough clean football, but he was probably one of their best. Theo Ives battled well in the ruck. Declan Chugg was in amongst the action as well off half-back. Played Salisbury, had a better third quarter. Alex Lee battled manfully, went forward, looked dangerous as well. And I think Mitchy Nicholas probably was okay across the game there. For Clarence, look, it was their back six as well. They were brilliant. Colin Garland with the 4 goals. The likes of their midfielders like Paprotny and also Baxter Norton. Sam Green, you mentioned, did really well in the ruck. Not a lot of the football, but then went back behind the ball and did really well. So really hard to give the 3-2-1 today. Apologies. I thought Jared Harper led the team really well. I think he kicked 2 really crucial goals at half forward. He's an apology. Green's an apology. The Preshaws and Paprotny are apologies. But the 3-2-1, I gave 1 to Garland. He kicked 4. I think he was the target they needed. So in terms of influence on the game, I think he deserves the 1. North Launceston didn't have any multiple goal kickers, so to kick 4, I think was good. Baxter Norton probably had a little bit in the middle of the game where he was a bit quiet, but just so much of the football. I've given him the 2. Started really well, finished really well, and he knows when to calm the game down, when to go fast, when to go slow. And I gave Keegan Wiley 3 votes as one of the key defenders.
Fantastic. Thank you, Macca. And you're going up to the Sunshine for a few weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks up there, Foz. I'll get on the Port Douglas Crocodiles next week. They're trying to get back up the top of the ladder. And, I'll see you boys in a few weeks.
No worries. You'll be tuning in, no doubt, to City Park Radio.
No doubt. I'll probably be on a beach somewhere, 35 degrees. And, no doubt I'll be thinking of you.
No worries, Macca. Thanks for your work today and a great call. Thanks, groups, on the stats.
Yep, no worries, Foz.
See if we can get those Jack Jumpers in the finals.
Yep.
Never know. Yep. See how we go. Thanks for your work on the stats. Thanks to the boys in the boundary. Tony had to leave early, but Chris is still here. Thank you, Chris. Thanks to Jason on the camera there today. Also, thanks to Jared Harper for his interview after the game. Chris back in the studio. You had a couple of people listening in or helping him out there today. And so thank you to everybody back in the studio for getting us to air this afternoon for our TSL broadcasts. Thanks to our sponsors too in Elgas. That's it from UTAS Stadium. Don't forget 5-2 on Good Friday, Launceston versus North Launceston, Windsor Park. The final score here, it was Clarence 8-13-61 defeated North Launceston 5-7-37. Bye for now.
This sports broadcast is brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs.